And you can listen to commentary of that match on Sports Extra with John Akers and Danny Gabidon.
Thank you very much, Steve, and welcome to the Hill Dickinson Stadium, where we are up in the gods in this magnificent new stadium with its bright blue seats, about 50% full at the moment, and we are high up, let me tell you. Danny Gabidon alongside me. It's our first visit, both of us, to this stadium. What do you think, Danny? First impressions?
I've got to say, John, this is absolutely magnificent. Goodison was one of my favourite grounds to kind of play in as a professional footballer, but what an impressive job they've done here. My thighs are still burning, by the way. We were so high up, like the amount of steps we've had to climb to get up to the commentary position, but well worth it. This is a fantastic sight, really impressive.
If your thighs are burning, think how mine are feeling. I've only just got my breath back. But yeah, really impressive. Outside the stadium as well. I like all the little touches, like all the names that are in the paving just outside the stand we're in here at the moment. And very impressed. So friendly here at Everton as well. Always been a friendly club at Goodison. And you're torn, aren't you? Because part of you thinks, I loved Goodison Park, but here we are, brand new surroundings which are magnificent.
Yeah, you almost don't want it to be too friendly. And I mean, for the opposition, you know, I think back to my times going to Goodison Park, and, you know, an iconic stadium, great atmosphere, and kind of an intimidating place to go if you're an opposition player. But this is very, very nice. So this is something that Everton will maybe have to kind of contend with now, moving to a new stadium, now making this new stadium a fortress, and making sure that it's not a friendly place for the opposition to come. So far their home form hasn't been too bad, just the one loss, but both teams looking to try and generate some momentum, really.
Did you like playing at Goodison?
I did.
Did you?
I did. Didn't like the change rooms though. The away change rooms weren't very friendly. But,
what were they like?
Just old, and you know, they didn't care about them, and just really small and tight, and not a lot of space to kind of move around and stuff. So I'm sure that was probably a tactical thing as well, probably from the club, but certainly this stadium's absolutely magnificent. It's so big. I didn't realise, you know, you can't really gauge it from the TV, but getting here, I'm really intrigued to see what atmosphere this new stadium generates. I'm sure it'll be magnificent.
Tell you what, the PA system works, doesn't it? We are right next to it, up here in the gods, looking over the halfway line, slightly to the left of the halfway line, and here come the teams. Fulham in their white shirts and their black shorts and their white socks, and Everton in their white shorts and blue socks with their dark blue training tops on, led out with the mascots, just waving to friends and family in this main stand. Yeah, Zcar is still playing, trying to keep a bit of that Goodison spirit, and there's some safe standing areas over to our left-hand side as well. So they're going down the line and shaking hands at the minute. 14th versus 15th, this one. Both sides, as Danny said, won 3 games this season. Fulham yet to win away. Both sides struggling for goals. Both sides struggling for clean sheets. It's quite difficult to know what we're going to get, Danny Gabidon, isn't it?
It certainly is, but as I said, you know, two teams that are desperate for a bit of momentum. Obviously, getting that win against Wolves for Fulham was big off the back of kind of 4 losses on the bounce, so they'll be feeling a little bit better about themselves. But as you mentioned, John, you know, their away form has been wretched really this season. The worst points return away from home in the Premier League. Everton, well, 1 win in the last 8, isn't it, in all competitions. So, and as you said, problems at both ends for both teams really. Not a lot of clean sheets between the two teams, and both teams have a bit of a number 9 issue as well, where they're not scoring too many goals. So I don't really know how this game is going to go. Could be anything.
No idea. I just hope we don't get a 0-0 kind of game. Although, as you say, both teams struggling to concede. Let's talk about Everton and goals. Let's talk about the positives first. And Jaya's been standout again for them.
What a player. You know, the development from him, from his time at kind of Sheffield United, you know, he really has turned into a top player, and they're so reliant on him. He was a bit of an injury that went off in the game against Sunderland, but David Moyes will be delighted that he's fit and available, and he's just a player. If you're defenders, you do not want to play against him, because he's just 100 miles an hour. He's full of energy. Every time he gets the ball, he's looking to make something happen. He has that kind of stardust, and I think sometimes when you see kind of wide players, they prefer to play on one side. He used to play on the left. Obviously, Jack Grealish has come in, he's taken that left side, but if he's moved to the right, but it hasn't affected his performance at all. He can play either side, he can go either way, and he's been the kind of standout performer so far this season, so they'll need him today.
The poppy wreaths are out, and men and women of His Majesty's Armed Forces are gathered by the side of the pitch. It is, of course, the closest fixture here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium to Remembrance Sunday. So the stadium, including us, will stand in a moment for a minute's silence. So I'll let the stadium announcer take it away.
Remember those servicemen and women who have given their lives for their country. Leading hand is Chief Petty Officer Billy Elder of the Navy. Lieutenant Colonel Barry Edwards from the Army. Flight Sergeant Matthew Hollis from the RAF. Peter McPartland from the Merchant Navy. And Lewis Campbell from Everton in the community will now lay wreaths in the centre circle. Our standard bearers here today are Kenneth Mallon and Matthew Griffiths. And also joining the tribute are members of the tri-service hockeys and ex-service personnel from our community programmes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant Andy Manning will play the last post.
Lest we forget, terrific roar from the supporters here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And we get ready for kick-off. It will be Everton to get us underway. So they've got Jordan Pickford in goal. The back four from right to left: James Garner, James Tarkowski, Michael Keane and Vitaly Mikolenko. Idrissa Gana Gueye, 200th appearance for him, holding with Tim Irabanam, the English 22-year-old, and we're underway, and the ball is back with Pickford, who's going to launch left-footed, long downfield, high. Header won by Iwobi back there for Fulham, and the ball bouncing on the edge of the Fulham penalty area and then eventually hooked away. And Jai, Grealish, wide, Dewsbury Hall just behind Tierno Barry, the Frenchman, who is yet to hit the ground running. Danny Gabidon for Everton. It was going to be my follow-up question after talking about Illiman and Jai.
Well, he could do with a goal. You know, you can look at the Fulham strikers as well. Well, Jimenez leading the line for them this afternoon, just the one goal for him. So I think David Moyes spoke in the week about, yes, we need more goals, but we need more goals from everybody, kind of all areas. So I think he's just trying to take the pressure off his forward players. But look, you know, he's a young striker that's come into a new league. You know, he needs that kind of bit of time to adjust. So, you know, the manager will be looking for other players to kind of contribute as well and try and take the pressure off the youngster as much as possible.
He's in possession now, Barry, and he's held the ball up after it was played into him from Njai. Good football this, in and around the edge of the 18-yard box of Fulham. Now on the left-hand side, it's Mikolenko. Got Grealish on the outside of him, finds him. Yellow ball for the first time this Premier League weekend, so they've gone to the... It's a proper fluorescent ball we've got this year. It's not like an orangey yellow, it's a proper bright yellow, the winter ball in the Premier League this year. No danger seeing this one. as Iwobi tries to pick up on a loose ball. But Everton have got possession now. Grealish has got a bit of space midway inside the Fulham half, left-hand side, moves towards the corner of the penalty area. Dewsbury Hall cuts it back, Barry with a toe poke, and smothered by Bernd Leno. Danny Gabidon.
Yeah, really good stuff from Everton there. Win the ball back, and it's switched wide to Jack Grealish. That's exactly what he wants, quick ball where he's not able to kind of get doubled up immediately. As soon as he gets it, Dewsbury Hall's making that kind of run off the ball just underside the 18-yard box, slips him in, fires a low cross into that near post area where Barry's lurking, but I think it was good defending by Anderson in the end, just able to kind of intercept, get in front and see the danger out.
Fulham in possession and put the ball out for a throw to Everton, left-hand side, right in front of Marco Silva in his black hoodie. He throws his arms out to the side, and then David Moyes, both just in jumpers today because it is a warm day by November up north standards. It's around 14 degrees, something like that, as Jimenez tries to bring the ball under control. Everton have the ball, and I'll run you through the Fulham lineup. Bernd Leno in goal, back four, Tete, Anderson, Bassi, Sessegnon, Lukic and Sander Berge holding, and then ahead of them Iwobi, Wilson, of course playing against his former club, and Kevin the Brazilian, and then Raul Jimenez through the middle. And Everton have very much started on the front foot, passing the ball more this season. Everton, I think their average completed pass is 302, which is the most for about 5 years for any Everton team, so they're playing a bit more, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Most passes ever under David Moyes, that's for sure. And they are a team in a bit of transition for me in terms of the style of play and the profile of player they're kind of bringing into the football club, and maybe just haven't quite got that balance right yet. You would expect them to be a little bit more defensively solid and certainly more fruitful from kind of attacking set pieces, but I think it will come as a bit of a work in progress with David Moyes and this kind of new style of play.
Everton trying to work a way through disciplined Fulham shape, and Fulham clear away to inside the Everton half, and Jordan Pickford in his all lime green, orange gloves, orange boots, the most Everton appearances out there of any player. And interesting one for him going back to Sunderland, playing against his former club on Monday night where it was 1-1. Everton in possession, trying to slide the ball through towards Barry, but there is Bassi, and Bassi clears, but it's against an Everton player, and he's still got some defending to do here, and that's a foul by Barry. Everton fans don't like that too much, but it will be a free kick to Fulham in the left back spot. We've had 4 minutes and it's 0-0. Earlier it was Spurs 2, Manchester United 2, and it's West Ham 0, Burnley 0 in the other game, and that game you can find over on 5 Live right now.
And that's what he gives you to Barry. He's a really good athlete, energetic, presses well from the front, and it's just about kind of showing that composure then, slowing things down, particularly in your mind when you're in front of goal and those chances are presented to you. So just a little bit overzealous there, looking to press Bassi and giving the foul away.
Here's Dewsbury Hall with a bit of room, slides it through towards Barry, slightly overhit. It was a great idea, just the execution. Everton fans think that went out as they do some defending with Tete, Fulham, but the assistant said no, and it will be a throw into Everton, but on the halfway line. Yeah,
started well. Dewsbury Hall in that number 10 position. You've seen him make a run kind of off the ball and get slipped in by Grealish, and on this occasion he just finds a little pocket in that number 10 position in between the midfield and the back four. Fulham, and just looking to slip in Barry, who's made a really good run down the side of Anderson, as you say, John. Just slightly overhit the pass, otherwise he would have been in on goal.
0-0, and we've had close to 6 minutes. Everton 0, Fulham 0. 5 Sports Extra from the BBC and on the BBC Sport website. As here go Everton down the right hand side with James Garner. He's got some players ahead of him, including Njai. He's going to cut in, cross in, and Barry heads over. Great move, great cross, and Barry swings off the crossbar in frustration at heading it over. Maybe should have hit the target, Danny.
Yeah, chance, and he knows it. They started really well, Everton. Fulham really struggling to kind of get out of their own half, get a foothold in this game. They work it down the right. This occasion, Everton, and Njai cuts inside on that left foot. He's only got Bright to pick out on that far post area, but he does so. Brilliant delivery, and he's up He just can't get on top of it, stretches those neck muscles, not able to get the header on target. Half chance for him, though, just not quite able to get above the ball there.
Will that monitor swing round, Danny, so I can see it? Will it? Yes, it will. There we go. Here we go. We've got all the mod cons. Everton in possession on halfway, 0-0. First big chance of the game falls to Everton. Here's Barry trying to hold the ball up. Fulham get possession. Iwobi battling for the ball. Of course, played a few seasons here with Everton. In fact, that was Bassey. And Anderson knocks it to Bassey. Everton won 22 games in a row, or unbeaten 22 in a row at Goodison against Fulham. But since then, they've lost 3, drawn 1 of their last 4 matches. So Fulham have done well at Goodison over the past few seasons, but only 1 win in 7 against Everton overall, and the last meeting was back in May. And here go Fulham with the first bit of possession for them, and Bassey just brings the ball over the halfway line, and he's still going left hand side, and it's knocked back by Sessegnon, over hit, and Anderson has to go and collect it. It doesn't feel quite the same as Goodison, I've got to say, but it's great to see it full, and it was a proper noise before the kickoff. You really kind of hear the silence here, though, I think, as Berger brings the ball forward, and he's got lots of room, and he finds Sessegnon, edge of the penalty area, into the penalty area. Square ball finds Harry Wilson on the right hand side. Now Tete midway inside the Everton half, looking for a chance to cross. They've got 3 in the middle here if they can find a ball into the penalty area. Ball knocked back to Lukic. He's got possession 10 yards inside the Everton half, and the Fulham fans in the corner are supporting their team, standing in a safe standing area. And here's Sessegnon, corner of the penalty area on the left. In comes the cross, headed away and cleared fully by Dewsbury Hall, who's then caught, and it will be a free kick for Everton on the edge of their own penalty area.
Yeah, first real bit of control possession from Fulham, and they almost get in. Alarming amount of space in that midfield area initially for Sander Berger to kind of drive into. Plays the ball wide to Kevin, and then he's just really sloppy as he cuts inside. It was a simple ball, kind of square across at 18-yard box. He got that wrong, but Fulham able to kind of recycle possession, get it back, and Kevin again on that left-hand side whips a dangerous ball into that far post area. It's cleared, and then just a foul by Lukic on Dewsbury Hall there on the edge of the 18-yard box.
Not scored yet, Kevin, 22-year-old Brazilian. And he's played 7 times in the Premier League for Fulham this season, signed from Shakhtar Donetsk. He's had the most shots on target of any Fulham player this season. He's averaging almost 1 a game, but yet to find an assist or a goal for Fulham as Pickford clears towards Barry. That's a lovely chest off to Dewsbury Hall. He's being manhandled and goes down, and it's a free kick. We could see our first yellow card of the game here, and we will. We've just got the wrong side in midfield there, Lukic, and he's been booked.
Yeah, again, Dewsbury Hall is brilliant off the ball movement. As that ball goes into Barry, he's on the move, he's in close proximity to him. It's a lovely little kind of layoff from Barry into the path of Dewsbury Hall. As you say, he's the other side of Lukic, and he can't really do anything else other than kind of bring him down. He knows exactly what's coming after the yellow card. Not massive amounts of contact, but enough to bring Dewsbury Hall down.
Danny Rose has scored for Grimsby in League 2. They are a goal up at Barrow. That's the only goal in League 2. Rotherham are leading Lincoln 1-0 in League 1. And no goals in the 3 o'clock kickoffs yet in the Championship. As James Garner eyes up this free kick. He's about 35 yards out. Strikes it right-footed. Good effort and a good save. Away to his right by Leno. You expected him to make it, but he still had to get there. It's a good effort from James Garner with his right foot.
Yeah, comfortable save in the end. He's a long way out, James Garner, but he has that technical ability. He's had a really good start to the season, whether it's playing centre midfield or right back as he is today, but really showing his confidence there, taking the strike on, catches it really well, and then he'll just dive into his right there. As you say, save you would expect him to make, but had to be made.
He has scored in the Premier League this season as the corner comes in, and Fulham haven't cleared it yet, and Dewsbury Hall has possession, edge of the penalty area. Now Njai drops a shoulder one way then the other, and then the referee says there's a head injury in the penalty area, and the Everton fans don't like that, but Anderson is lying on the deck, clutching his head, so we will have a little break in play while he gets some treatment as the referee calls him on. I didn't quite see what happened there, but Everton were in a pretty good position on the right.
Yeah, just caught a stray elbow there. I think it was Tarkowski, sorry, as that kind of corner came in. Its ball's kind of looped up into the air, and they just challenge it for Anderson and Tarkowski. That left arm kind of comes out as he looks to kind of elevate to head the ball and just catches him on the nose there. So no other choice really from the referee. Potential head injury, so stops the play.
Still down getting some treatment. Southampton are 1-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday in the Championship. And here it's 0-0, and we've had 12 minutes of the game. Just one win in 7 for Everton in the Premier League. Won 5 of 6 before that. It can take some time to settle into a new stadium, can't it? And other teams will quite like coming here compared to Goodison, where you mentioned the shape of the away changing room earlier on, and that you couldn't all see the manager when he was given a talk because it was an odd shape.
Yeah, it was not the friendliest of places really, and you know, all those kind of mental factors kind of go into kind of getting a result or not getting a result, and it just had that kind of intimidation factor about it, the old stadium. This is obviously a lot different. I'm sure they probably got ice baths, all kinds of stuff in this new stadium for the players. So yeah, it is kind of a factor. It is something that the players will have to get used to, a new home. And obviously, as you say, kind of opposition kind of teams kind of come in here, these kind of plush surroundings. You know, they're going to enjoy coming here. So it's up to these Everton players to kind of make this new stadium a fortress now.
Anderson wearing the number 5. You must have had a few of them, Danny, playing centre-back down the years.
Yeah, one or two.
The checks are probably a bit more thorough than they were when you were playing.
Yeah, well, you wasn't a proper centre-half if you didn't have a broken nose, or your nose was straight at the end of your career. You're kind of known as not being a proper centre-half. So I think he's going to be all right here, Anderson. Just get into his feet.
I hope so. He's in my fantasy team.
Oh, no.
Nose looks all right, though, Danny. I can't see that your nose is particularly bent.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. So
got away with it.
Maybe say that I wasn't a proper centre back. Oh, look, there's Wayne Rooney.
Where is he? Oh yeah, just down
in the plush seats.
Yeah, down in front of us.
What's the legends as well? Peter Reid in front as well.
Yeah, he's with his kids. Wayne Rooney here when he was down at Plymouth, and obviously I live near Plymouth. I had a glass of wine with him for an hour and couldn't believe what a down-to-earth, normal guy he was.
Just the one, John?
There might have been a couple, actually. There might have been a couple. I found him to be really down-to-earth. Loved chatting about football with him. He absolutely loves the game. Loved talking about his kids, and his commute, and what he made of Plymouth. He loved it down there. It just didn't quite work out. Right, Anderson is still off the pitch. Players restarted, and it's a throw into Fulham, midway inside the Everton half.
Yeah, what was interesting about that as well, John, as he's gone down, Anderson, as you said, Everton were in a really good position still, so the rest done really well actually to actually see that head injury and actually blow the whistle. You know, we saw just across the road a few weeks ago a similar situation with Alexis McAllister, and referee kind of let that one go, and Man United ended up kind of scoring a goal, I think it was, wasn't it? So
good
referee's done well to see that.
Good refereeing from Andy Madley, who's our referee this afternoon. The game yet to come to life. Just that one Barry header, really, is what we've had so far, as Tarkowski latches onto a forward ball from Fulham and gives it to Barry, who chests it down, holds the ball up well, gives it to Gay, and now it's with Tarkowski again. Everton definitely knocking the ball about more than I saw them when I saw them last season live, and that's a loose pass from Keane to the right hand side towards Grealish, but he might get the ball anyway. His first touch lets him down there, Jack Grealish, which isn't something you say very often. He tried to chest it, came off his midriff, but he does get the ball back after a challenge from Dewsbury Hall. Grealish on the left hand side up against Tete. Good battle this. Grealish feels he's been fouled. He's still carrying the ball, Grealish, and then is held back, and that's a bit soft really. Tete, he was going nowhere there, Jack Grealish, and that's a It's a bit of a silly free kick to commit that.
Yeah, he just couldn't resist, Tete. You know, he's having a little fish for the ball. I thought the ref was going to pull up early, tries to let it go. You know, you're up against one of the best players in the Premier League, kind of retaining possession and drawing fouls, and just can't resist having another nibble, Tete, and eventually drawing the foul, Jack Grealish, and this is a really good area for Everton to swing some decent delivery into the box.
Dewsbury Hall's gone across to take it. It's a chance for him to swing it in left-footed, so an away swinger. It's about 10 yards outside the penalty area. In it comes from Dewsbury Hall, who hasn't got hold of it, and it's headed away by the first man, by Fulham, up towards halfway, and Dewsbury Hall gets it back and then squares it to Keane. They'll go all the way back to Garner, and then Pickford on the edge of the D, and now they'll try and build again. It's yet to get going, this, isn't it? Not quite happening yet. And unlike Goodison, there is when it's quieter, it's quieter. Yeah. When there's a lot of noise, it's really noisy. But I don't know if that makes sense, that you can hear the quiet. Yeah,
I think you kind of maybe you get that with a lot of new stadiums, and maybe the style of play is a little bit of a factor of that as well. Everton they are looking to kind of control possession a lot more. It's not so much kind of back to front, and sometimes, you know, those transitions and those counter-attacks kind of tend to kind of get the crowd going. So sometimes when you see passages of play where maybe a team's kind of just controlling possession, not really kind of going anywhere, the crowd kind of go a bit more silent, I would say. So
Well, Fulham in possession with Leno. They've just gone to their two centre-backs and then back to Leno, and at the moment he's got a foot on the ball on the edge of his penalty area with no pressure on the ball. Now they go long, Fulham, down the right towards Wilson, and it's all the way through to Pickford, and that was a pretty tragic passage of play. If we're going to be honest,
we did have a feeling it might go this way, though, didn't we? We were talking before kick-off, and obviously the two teams have slow starts to the season.
Needs a goal. I think it's one of those that needs a goal.
Yeah, an early one. Yeah.
Needs an early one, so that Fulham come out a bit, and we get some noise inside the stadium. And Barry fouls Sessegnon, and it's it was Bassi actually, and it's a free kick. So Fulham inside their own half. We are a long way away here. Middlesbrough have taken the lead against Birmingham. Of course, Rob Edwards has been told not to manage the team today by Middlesbrough, which suggests that his move to Wolves as their new manager could be imminent. And Fulham are in possession on the halfway line with Harry Wilson, left-footed. That's a beautiful ball from the Welshman, swung out to the far side. And here's Kevin up against James Garner towards the edge of the penalty area. In comes a good-looking cross, headed away by Keane, only as far as Sessegnon. Back in, hoisted, headed away at the far post by Mikalenko. And Fulham are in possession again with Wilson, who cushions it back to Anderson. Wilson again. White shirts forward in this attack for Fulham. Good defending by Everton, but the best move really of the game so far from Fulham.
Yeah, great crossfield ball, Harry Wilson out to Kevin. 1v1 with Garner, and kind of goes by him with ease. That might be an avenue for Fulham to exploit a little bit more. Garner playing a right back today. Good ball into the box, but good positioning, good defensive header. Michael Keane.
Southampton are 2-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday. Finn Azaz has scored there. And Walsall are 2-1 up against Newport away from home. We'll keep you up to date with the scores from elsewhere through the game. Peterborough 2, Wimbledon 0. Accrington have taken the lead at Chesterfield. It's Newport 1, Walsall 1, and Barnet are 1-0 up against MK Dons. Fulham in possession. It's cross into the penalty area. Goes over everyone. Finds Wilson, though. He's outside the penalty area near the corner flag, right-hand side. In comes a cross from Tete, and a cushioned header from Iwobi is comfortable for Pickford. And then with a roundhouse, beautiful kick, he releases Njai down the right-hand side. And now he's got some space for Everton. Moving towards the corner of the penalty area on the right. To the byline, puts in a cross off balance, and he's put it behind for a goal kick for Fulham. He was just falling as he hit it.
And when goalkeepers kick the ball like that, who sidewind the kicks, there's nothing. It's just beautiful. When they get it right, which Pickford did there, releases Njai on that right-hand side. Bassi has to come out from that centre-back position, but I have to say he's kind of one of the better defenders in the Premier League at kind of covering that space. He's big, he's athletic, he's physical. And Njai just looking to get to the byline there, and Bassi just about doing enough. He's just off balance, and he's trying to whip that ball into the box, ends up getting it all wrong, but Beautiful counter-attack there from Everton, set up by the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford.
We've got a delay here to the taking of the goal kick. And it's the Everton fans you can hear who are saying get on with it. And he had two short options, Leno, but decided to go long, deep, through the middle. Everton win the header, doesn't find Njai. Sessegnon tidies up. And now it's with Anderson for Fulham. We've had 21, almost 22 minutes, and it's Everton 0, Fulham 0. Tete moves the ball to Iwobi. Fans not booing Iwobi. He had a good time at Everton, really, didn't he, in general, after leaving Arsenal. Bassi into the feet of Sessegnon, who then goes on the run, and that looks like a foul on Harry Wilson, but he's back up. The referee says play on, and Wilson's got the ball 15 yards inside the Everton half. Now Berger and Lukic and Tete, and now back to Anderson. Bassi with a bit of space ahead of him to move into the centre-back. Out on the left-hand side finds Kevin. Sessegnon's up there with him. Good feet from Kevin, tries a little reverse pass, just under-hit it, looking for Sessegnon, and it's been picked up by Everton. And a good run through the middle. Strong run from the young Englishman, Ubenham. And Tete with some good defending for Fulham as Grealish was trying to latch onto it, but he's given the ball away. And here's Mikalenko. Mikalenko puts his arm up in the air because there's a player down injured for Everton.
There's just a bit of difference in tempo, really, from the two teams. You know, Fulham, when they get the ball, it's a lot slower, a lot more control. A couple of occasions where they have been able to switch play quickly into those wide areas, in particular to Kevin. That's when they've looked half dangerous. Everton playing with a bit higher tempo, looking to move the ball through the lines quicker. And they do so there. They get the ball out to Jack Grealish on the left, and it was good defending in the end by Tete. He tries to go down the side of him, and it was quite easy there for him to kind of take the ball off him, and play just being stopped with an Everton player being down. Thinks Barry didn't quite see.
Was it Barry?
Happen there.
Was it Barry who's down getting treatment? Couldn't quite see who it was. Yeah.
Initially, they were booing him in that midfield area. He picked the ball up, he was able to turn, got away from his man, and he's driving forward, and the ball gets switched to the left, and I'm quite sure if maybe he got caught, he kind of went down in that midfield area. I think it was Tierno Barry, but Everton probably looking the more likely. Haven't really seen much going with action, just a half chance for Barry, that header kind of on that far post, but they're probably looking the more dangerous of the two teams.
I think that's kind. Half chance, full chance, big chance. What do you think?
Yeah, just seeing the replay, I just think he was on the stretch and he wasn't quite able to get over the flight, the cross. Certainly from where we are, I looked at maybe a better chance than what I saw on the replay. But good movement from him, good ball into the box. Just needs to keep kind of getting into those positions, and hopefully the service will come and the goal will come for him.
Oldham are 1-0 up at Harrogate Town in League Two, and thankfully it was Barry, and he is back up on his feet, and he is going to come back on, and Fulham will give the ball back to Pickford. There's a ripple of applause. Pickford's got it in the 18-yard box, and we wait to see if Barry's allowed back on. I'm never sure on the rules for when they're allowed back on, Danny. What?
I think the ball will have to go back here towards maybe the centre-backs while Everton are on the attack. I'm not sure he'll be allowed on. Now he'll be allowed on, so he's got a corner.
So it's a corner for Everton, and now Barry is allowed back on, and it will be taken on the right-hand side. Wigan have taken the lead at Exeter. Met a Wigan fan in the lift on the way up. We've come with some Everton fans to the game today and to enjoy some hospitality. Very friendly Everton fan in the lift. Showed me where the seats were, had a chat with me about the new stadium and how they've been getting on. A little singing section in front of us, Danny. Okay, left-footed in swinger then. In it comes, good delivery. Leno gets a right hand to it. It's a good fist, and it's to the edge of the penalty area, and Grealish has picked it up. He's got two around him. He's also got Garner outside him, and it's put back for Njai, who completely duffs it. You expect more from him there. Everton's number 10, edge of the D, left foot, loads of time, and it just dribbled wide of Leno's right-hand post along the ground. A daisy cutter.
Yeah, maybe too much time, but man of his ability, you'd expect more, but it's nothing more than a half chance really. As that ball sprayed across the 18-yard box, has got a lot to do with that finish. And
here's Dewsbury Hall. That's a foul on Grealish, edge of the penalty area. I don't know if he still is the Premier League's most foul player. He'll be right up there. And it's a free kick to Everton. Dangerous position, this. Garner could fancy it again. Grealish could fancy it. Dewsbury Hall's over it as well. It's about 22 yards out, something like that.
Makes a mistake, Anderson, initially on the ball, and then compounds it with a second mistake. Fulham looking to kind of play out from the goal kick. Anderson, he's done that on 2 or 3 occasions, been sloppy in possession. Ball gets cut out, and then the ball's just fizzed into the feet of Grealish, and he's just hacked through the back of him there. No real need to do that, just needs to keep his distance there. As you mentioned, Jack Grealish needs no invitation to go down. It's a definite foul though, and you have to say this is probably an even more promising position here for Garner, much closer to the goal on a slighter angle off the left hand side, but already tested the Fulham goalkeeper once.
Apologies if you heard some bad language in the background. Dewsbury Hall and Garner upsets Garner, right-footed, and it hits the wall, hits the defenders, and it rebounds down, and Fulham in possession, kick it against Garner, and it hits one of the substitutes, and it's going to be a throw-in to Fulham. Tete's going to take it. Apologies for the language in the background. It is just very, very quiet, and when people make some noise like these fans, that everyone can hear them, every word that they're saying. Yeah, so
he's not happy, is he?
He's not happy. He's not
happy with the silence. He's trying to get everyone going.
He's not happy that people aren't standing, singing. It's a very different experience to Goodison Park. They're trying to invoke a little bit of Goodison in this section below our microphone, unfortunately. It's a free kick for Everton midway inside their own half. It's very 0-0 this game at the minute. It's difficult for the crowd to get behind anything at the minute because it has been poor.
Yeah, the tempo's been really slow as well, more so from Fulham. They haven't really given the fans anything to kind of chant about, I suppose.
Here's Barry on the right-hand side for Everton, and keeps the ball in well, goes down, free kick. Does well there. Done really well. Thierry Barry, the young Frenchman, and wins a free kick for Everton on the right-hand side. They've not quite... Delivery hasn't been good enough so far, has it?
No, it hasn't, but good centre-forward play there. Runs the channel really well, holds the ball up. And again, just defenders, they can't resist having a little bit of a nibble. He's going nowhere, Barry there, back to goal in a wide area, and Bassi there just tugging on him, too much contact, and it's Dewsbury Hall over the ball here again.
Birmingham have equalised, Middlesbrough 1, Birmingham 1. Barnet are 2-0 up against MK Dons. Accrington have gone 2-0 up at Chesterfield. Sheffield Wednesday have got one back to Harry Amass. Southampton 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1, and Oldham leading 1-0 at Harrogate. Here comes the free kick for Everton. Swung in, good pace on the ball, headed away by Fulham. It's done well there, Dewsbury Hall, to get to it first. And here's Gay for Everton. Into the penalty area, right-hand side. And Njai, low cross, could fall for Gay. Not fully cleared by Fulham. Now it is, up towards the halfway line. Everton in possession in the centre circle. Defended well so far. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Nice ball, slid through to Njai. And now Gay towards the byline. Puts in a cross, partially deflected by Bassi and out of play for a throw-in on the far side for Everton. And now there's some noise.
Yeah, they've got lots of bodies back there, Fulham. Wouldn't say the defending's been convincing, but they've got enough kind of bodies back there to deal with the situation. But again, good from Everton, where they're on the front foot, winning those kind of second balls, keeping that kind of pressure on. good movement and runs kind of inside that kind of 18-yard box, but Fulham just doing about enough at the minute.
Dewsbury Hall, sorry Danny, tried to thread it through towards Grealish. Fulham managed to clear away, and then a good interception by Harry Wilson and now Iwobi right hand side. Jimenez having his shirt pulled. Everton get possession back, and they give the free kick for the shirt pull. It's good refereeing that from Andy Madley, because there was a shirt pull, no advantage, free kick for Fulham.
Yeah, he just thought about it, let the play go, just hoped that Fulham would be able to gain an advantage. They couldn't, so on the attack here down the left.
Kevin lays the ball to Sessegnon in a good area, no one in the middle, put behind, safety first. That was a really good move from Fulham, their best of the game. Kevin and Sessegnon linking up down the left hand side, and a good low ball in. He just didn't get his head up, Sessegnon, no one there.
It's not a bad ball, just no runners in it. There's 3 bodies in the box, Iwobi, Wilson, Jimenez, but nobody makes that run, nobody catches up with play quick enough. Just slides it across the 6-yard box for a tap in, and those 3 Fulham players are all around that penalty spot, and Harry Wilson's too wide on this right hand side, makes the delivery look worse. Lack of runners in the box there.
Corner for Fulham. Wilson's going to take it, left-footed in-swinger. He's hit it deep. Everton win the flicked header, behind for another corner on the far side, on the opposite side. Still 0-0, 33 minutes of the game gone.
I think it was Mikalenko on that far post as that ball slid across the 6-yard box. He just kind of knocks it out of play, and there's not even a Fulham player within kind of 5 yards of him. Sessegnon does everything right, gets in behind on the side of the 18-yard box, low ball across the 6-yard box, and Mikalenko under no pressure whatsoever there.
Corner for Fulham on the far side. It's going to be swung in as a right-footed in-swinger this time. One arm in the air. In it comes, right-footed to the near post, bounces off an Everton player and then cleared away by Gay, who's going to chase his own clearance because he's the furthest player forward. And it's all the way through to Leno, midway inside his own half. Now Sessegnon's going to put it back into a dangerous area, high. Jimenez wins a really good flicked header. Here's Iwobi in the penalty area. Jimenez shoots and saved by Pickford. Low down to his right, not enough power on it. Defender maybe did just enough to put him off, and that's a brilliant kick from Pickford to release Jack Grealish down the left-hand side. He's getting towards the byline, into the penalty area. Fulham have got players back. Grealish gets it to Dewsbury Hall, edge of the D. Now he finds Gay, who puts it in low, and a chance and a goal and an offside flag. It was Barry who put it in the back of the net, can't believe it. Massive grin on his face. He was just offside, I think. Danny?
Well, we'll soon find out, because VAR will check it. But Pickford again. What a kick again, this time to Grealish, sets him free down his left. They work it to that right hand side. Jusugay fires the ball into that near post. It looks like Njai's going to tap it in, he misses it, and Barry comes in behind him, taps it into the back of the net. But that linesman's flag went up immediately. It's going to be an interesting one, this. See if it's offside or not.
Well, Njai should score, shouldn't he?
He just totally misses it. He looks like he gets across the defender on that near post, misses it, and then Barry's it's gone a little bit too early there.
Barry was offside, and he shouldn't have been. He was looking right down the line and just snuck ahead. There was absolutely no need for it. And Njai with a little touch. I mean, he's offside, I think, from the first ball and from the touch from Njai, isn't he? So I think it's both. So the VAR check is over, check complete. And it was offside. 10 minutes to half time. Grealish in possession for Everton. Is pulled back by Tete. It's a properly good battle, this, actually.
And he's trying to get really tight, Tete, as much as possible. And you just see on that previous action that led to the offside goal where Grealish gets on the left. He's not able to go past Tete, but he just attracts bodies over to him. And then Everton work it from kind of left to right really quickly to kind of get that overload. And Trezeguet kind of gets in on our right-hand side. Good ball across the 6-yard box there, and really unlucky. And Njai probably should have scored there, as you say.
They take the free kick quickly. Garner gets it to Njai. Back to Garner. There are 6 in the penalty area. In comes the cross. Headed away by Anderson. Offside or a foul or something in there anyway. It's a free kick to Fulham. Yeah, a little bit of leaning by Barry, says Andy Madley. Leaning on a player. And it's 0-0. Goals elsewhere going in. Burnley have taken the lead at West Ham, Danny, who I thought maybe were turning a corner last week.
I don't need to hear that. They're not.
No.
I don't need to hear those scores, John.
Zion Fleming has got the goal there for Burnley, and Luton have taken the lead at Stockport County as well. And it's a free kick for Fulham, a foul by Keane, bit clumsy. And it's going to be about 15 yards inside the Everton half on the right-hand side, with an opportunity to cross, as several of the Everton fans on their cushioned seats around us are off downstairs to the hospitality. They've seen enough. 8 minutes before the break, I think, probably says it all. There are dozens of them streaming for a pint and a pie at half-time, because it hasn't been great.
It's a long way down there as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's down. Down's not a problem. Down's not a problem. It's a long way back up to these seats. Short free kick, and a free kick off the ball given to Fulham in the D, in a really dangerous position to have a shot. You don't see that very often. The referee spotted something off the ball, a Fulham player went down, and now he wants a word with Tarkowski. You see what happened?
I didn't. I was just looking at that kind of... He looked to play a short kind of free kick there, Fulham. Harry Wilson is looking to play the ball square, and as you say, just a foul off the... I have to say, he's been very good so far, Andrew Madley, at kind of spotting things off the ball.
He has. He was Barry.
On Tete, I think it was, yeah.
Well, that's a little bit sloppy from Barry as well. It's a bit unnecessary. He was running into an offside position, Tete. Bolton are 2-0 up at home to Port Vale. Peterborough is 3-0 up at home to Wimbledon. Crawley are 1-0 up against Fleetwood, and Barnsley have taken the lead at Doncaster in the Yorkshire Derby there. Right, free kick, dangerous position. This looks perfect for Harry Wilson to me. Raul Jimenez is also over the ball.
Well, he has the ability, Harry Wilson. Just wondering, is it too close to maybe kind of get it up and over the wall?
It's 21 yards, something like that, isn't it?
I think he might go to the side. Pickford's standing on our right-hand side. He's got 3 Fulham players trying to block the goalkeeper out. 6
in the wall, including a draft excluder. Jimenez right-footed, just hits the wall. Comes back to Kevin, who strikes it. Hits Garner, who charged it really well. They've got possession still on the left-hand side with Bassi, who's tangling for the ball at the moment. It goes down, looked like a free kick, Free kick for Fulham. Again, a bit rash. Some really silly free kicks in this game so far, and another chance for Fulham to cross into the area as we approach 5 minutes plus added time to the break.
Yeah, again, John, he's going nowhere. Bassi in that wide position. 2 Everton men there. Cruyff turns back with the ball. He's got nowhere to go really, and James Garner there just comes kind of steaming in, just pokes the ball away from him, and challenge comes in. For sure, it's a foul, and again, another silly one to give away.
Doncaster have equalised at home to Barnsley, and it's Newport 1, Walsall 3 now. They've got another one, Walsall, at Rodney Parade, and it's about 3 or 4 yards in from the left-hand touchline, this for Fulham. It's a right-footed in-swinger. It's a left-footed away-swinger, in fact, and Everton clear with a header and then give the ball away, and then Soda, Everton, quality is so poor in this game so far.
It's a lack of composure there from Nikolenko. Didn't get his head up, didn't realise he had a bit more time to pick someone out, and just kind of kicks the ball straight back to Fulham, which you can hear the moans and groans from the Everton fans. It's been a tough watch, this.
Here's someone who has got quality. Dewsbury Hall running away down the left-hand side, fouled. Was it Lukic?
Yeah,
well, already been booked.
Yeah.
Well, the referee Andy Madley's not going to give a yellow card, and you can hear what the supporters, the players, the Everton players have gone absolutely berserk, calling for a second yellow. Well, what do you think?
I've seen him given.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it?
I've seen him given similar to the one he kind of got booked for. Dewsbury Hall's got kind of the wrong side of him, and he's trying to track him back, and it's just kind of that left arm comes out into the back of Dewsbury Hall and kind of just bundles him over. He can count himself a little bit fortunate there.
They've taken a short free kick, Everton. Grealish has got a chance to cross, fakes to cross, and again, right-footed in-swinger. Flicks off an Everton head, and Jai at the far post. Garner dinks it back in. Keane with the header. Good save. Goal! James Tarkowski flags up again. Flag is up. Offside. They'll have a look at this. It's a great finish. Flying volley from Tarkowski. But it went up straight away on the far side.
Yeah, has to be Michael Keane, you would think. As that ball came in, he wins the header, forces a save from Leno, drops out to Tarkowski on the volley. He's coming onto it, so he's definitely not offside. And he finishes it really well. Just having a look on the replay here. Ball comes in. Is he offside?
Well, from the first ball, I think Keane's offside.
Yeah, he must be for that.
You know, from the first cross?
Yeah.
Definitely isn't, I don't think, from the second one, is he?
No, definitely not.
When he puts the header in. Tarkowski's in my fantasy team as well. It's just, that was a moment. Sums up my luck this season. 0-0. 3 minutes. Decision, no goal, offside, 6 Tarkowski. And here's the freeze frame, and there it is from the first cross. And you can just see that Keane is offside. There's a couple of them, isn't there, in there? What do you think?
He is offside, yes. You know, you can't really kind of argue with that. From that kind of first delivery that kind of comes in, and so then again, John, just by looking across the line and keeping yourself onside, because you know they have good physical presence, Everton, in this team, but good delivery into the box, and just players not looking across the line and keeping themselves onside.
I thought we'd got our goal. 2 minutes to the break. Gay plays the ball forward for Barry. Well played. Gets it out to Grealish on the left-hand side. Barry goes again on the overlap. Grealish still in possession. 25 yards out. Square to Gay. With some space here is Dewsbury Hall. 35 yards from goal. I thought it could have gone quicker from Gay to Dewsbury Hall there, and it went a little bit behind him as well. And that's a good challenge from Harry Wilson, and it's a throw-in for Everton, left-hand side. In fact, no. They must have taken a flick off an Everton player, and it's a Fulham throw-in.
Just lost the momentum there, Everton. As you said, possibilities to move the ball quicker, and it ends up kind of going back, and then Michael Keane plays a tight ball to Mikalenko. He's closed down, and Fulham end up kind of getting the throw-in in the end, but it hasn't been the greatest of spectacles this first half. But Everton have looked the more likely. They played with more tempo. They put kind of more crosses into the box, had more of the half chances. Fulham just haven't really got going, have they? At all. You have to say they've got kind of bodies back in that 18-yard box and made it difficult, and defended fairly well, but haven't offered too much going forward.
John, some good news?
West Ham have equalised?
West Ham have equalised.
Yes.
West Ham 1, Burnley 1, and that game's over on 5 Live right now. Grimsby are 2-1 up at Barrow, and Huddersfield Town have taken the lead against Plymouth Argyle in League One right on the stroke of half-time. Burton are 1-0 up at Bradford, and Barnet 2-1 up against MK Dons. 5 Sports Extra on BBC Sounds and on the BBC Sport website. And Everton have got a throw right by the corner flag, left-hand side, 10 seconds plus added time to the break. And it's going to be Mikalenko with a long throw into the near post. Keane is there and gets it to Grealish, whose left-hand touchline. 6 minutes of added time in the end of the half. Grealish, just with the ball in his feet, just being jockeyed by 2 players. Gets it back for Garner, who strikes it against the legs of the defender. Wilson heads it up in the air. Danger here for Fulham. Ball dropping towards Iwobi. They've got the ball with Jimenez, right-hand side, midway inside their own half. Iwobi, they could break here, Fulham. They managed to get the ball out. Berger in midfield, challenge, and there's a big long crossfield raking ball to Kevin. Kevin gets it. Sessegnon's gone with him. Really good defending from Dewsbury Hall over there. He was on the cover, but Fulham have got the ball back. Good challenge again from Dewsbury Hall. He's done brilliantly there, the Everton midfielder. And Everton have got possession, and nice feet as well from Garner. Back in the right back spot, and he's gone on a run, and he's going to play in Barry down the right hand side. Chops back. Does he get fouled? No, says Andy Madley. Didn't get touched. It's a dive then in that case, and it's Fulham in possession.
Well, the linesman's right there. over on that far side. He runs into that kind of right-hand channel, so he's right there, the linesman. Just looks to chop inside Bassey, and difficult for us to see from where we are, but obviously no contact there, just looking to milk the foul. To say Dewsbury Hall has probably been the stand-up performer for Everton in this first half, and he had to do his defensive work really well there. Fulham on the counter-attack, you had an underlapping run from Sessegnon, and if he doesn't get tight to Kevin and make the tackle, he's able to kind of play it in behind, and Fulham would have been in there.
Everton are in possession in the centre circle with Dewsbury Hall just inside the Fulham half, left-footed, strokes the ball along the turf to Grealish. He's got a one-on-one with Tete, been a good battle, tries to go to the byline this time and isn't quick enough. Hasn't got the juice on Tete, has he, down the left, and it's a throw into Everton.
Yeah, he's good in those situations, Tete. He's athletic, good in 1v1 situations, and as you say, Grealish probably doesn't quite have that pace to go on the outside so much these days. That's why you see him kind of cut inside as much as he does. On that occasion tries to go to the byline, but does force a throw in here for his team.
Throw in for Everton, and there's a melee in the 6-yard box. Didn't see what happened, but there's a lot of shirt pulling, and Tarkowski and Bassey and Leno are at the heart of it, and now there's some laughing, and Tarkowski saying he pulled my poppy.
I wouldn't mind seeing that scrap, actually. It's a heavyweight battle, that. Tarkowski and Bassey. I think it was Tarkowski that just went down in the box. It's Tete actually in front of Tarkowski, who kind of goes to the floor. Bassey's behind Tarkowski, and maybe Bassey. He actually.
Tarkowski just grabs his shirt and pulls him to the ground, and then Bassey puts his arms around Tarkowski, and there's nothing much in it really, but and a booking for Tarkowski. Is that a yellow card?
I don't think so.
Wasn't it? I just saw the referee reach to his top pocket.
Yeah, he definitely gets booked, but I don't think it was a yellow card. I think it's just get on with it.
So I've gone from having Tarkowski score to Tarkowski losing a point. In comes the long throw from Mikolenko, headed away by Fulham. Now it's with Grealish. Grealish puts in a low cross. Picked up in midfield. Picked up by Everton. Cross deep into the penalty area. Header on goal, hits the crossbar. Oh, surely they're going to score, and they do! And it's Idrissa Gana Gueye with a rare goal for Everton in his 200th appearance. Right-footed. He was there to stab home from close range, and in a terrible first half, in stoppage time, Everton have the lead. Everton 1, Fulham 0.
Boy, this game needed a goal. I said Everton looked the most likely, particularly with that kind of delivery into the box. Won a lot of first contacts. It's Michael Keane again with a header into that far post area. And he heads it off the bar, it drops down. I think it's Irabunam who should have scored initially. Has a swipe, misses the ball. And Idrissa Gana Gueye, it's actually blocked. It's Anderson who's in front of Irabunam.
He should score Irabunam, shouldn't he?
Yeah, well, I think this actually comes off Anderson, and then drops down to Gana Gueye, who's kind of on the move, anticipating, and he makes no mistake, no more than maybe 6 yards out, but off the bar from Keane with a header, drops down, Irabunam's there, good block from Anderson, almost on the line, but he's on the move, anticipating Gana Gueye, and he's really composed with a finish.
Everton 1, Fulham 0. And Everton, on the balance of it, you'd have to say, do deserve that. You know, there's been few clear-cut chances to have the best of them, best of the possession as well, and a goal ruled out. It was a good header from Keane. Good climb, smacked up. Leno was beaten, smacked off the crossbar as Dewsbury Hall just gets a little flailing arm in the face there, maybe in the eye. And we've got 1 minute of the 6 remaining in the first half stoppage time. And I imagine there'll be at least a minute or so allowed for the goal and the celebrations that followed from Idrissa Gana Gueye.
And you'd have to say Everton have just about deserved it. They've looked more likely, and you keep putting enough balls into the box and keep asking questions defensively, then things will drop, something will happen.
Fulham with a strike from distance from Kevin, half volley over high into the stand behind the goal, and it'll be a goal kick for Everton, and that'll be about it for the first half, you would think. trying to see the last time Gay scored. Didn't score for Everton in the whole of last season.
Doesn't get many, does he? But such an important role in that midfield area, kind of breaking up plays, neat and tidy. Doesn't get too many goals, but almost striker's instinct there, just kind of anticipating maybe where the ball was kind of going to drop, and show good composure with the finish.
Throw in on the near side for Everton. Halfway line, right in front of David Moyes, hands in pockets. He'll be a lot happier going into the break. And we're into the 7th minute of added time at the end of the first half, and Gay is in possession. They've got some room here, Everton, with James Garner on the right hand side, midway inside the Fulham half, and now Njai back to Garner. Got some options in the middle, almost half time. Here's Gay. Sorry, here's Njai. Njai, right hand touchline. They're going to go backwards here, and that is the half time whistle, and Everton lead by a goal to nil. Idrissa Gana Gueye with the goal, stabbing home. It was a forgettable first half, but that goal from Gay is one he won't forget, that's for sure.
Yeah, collector's item for him, and I think Everton just about shaded it on that first half performance. You know, from a Fulham perspective, you can understand why their away form has been so bad this season, because they really haven't offered too much. They haven't been able to kind of control possession. They've not done a good enough job in that kind of midfield area, winning second balls. Raul Jimenez has not been able to kind of hold the ball up and get the team up the pitch, and they've not really offered too many threats attacking wise. You know, Everton have looked more likely. They've played with a higher tempo. They've put more balls into that kind of 18-yard box. They've asked more questions of the Fulham defence, and they probably just about got what they deserved there just before the half-time whistle there with a goal from Gana Gueye. So hopefully that will open the game up second half, and Marco Silva's got a little bit of work to do with his team at half-time, because they really need to kind of raise the tempo and intensity of their play, because Everton have been fairly comfortable there and just about deserve to be one goal up.
I forgot that he scored the consolation against Liverpool, Gay, didn't he?
Oh, he did actually.
In the 90th minute. So second goal of the season, and an important one for Everton, who lead at half-time by a goal to nil. We'll be back for second half commentary here on 5 Sports Extra, and we'll join Chris Jones for England versus Fiji build-up after the game here, and we'll cross over to 5 Live's coverage for half-time. Steve Crossman presenting today.
Forcing a good save from Arthur Okonkwo inside the first minute, and Harvey Nibbs hit the crossbar just towards the end of the half. Wrexham have seen Cleworth have a shot tipped over, and Moore and Broadhead fire wide. Needs a goal, this one. Wrexham 0, Charlton 0.
Southampton, Sheffield Wednesday, half-time there. Andy Stevenson.
Southampton lead 2-1. It's a good game with plenty of chances. Southampton took the lead through an unusual goal from Casper Yander. A Liam Palmer clearance rebounded off Casper, who ghosted into the area. The Wednesday keeper Ethan Horvath got a strong hand on it, but the ball went just over the line. Finn Azaz then doubled the Saints' lead with a brilliant finish. That's his first goal for this club. But Sheffield Wednesday pulled one back. A really composed run and shot from outside the area by Harry Amas, who's on loan from Man United. Southampton haven't won back-to-back league matches since April 2024. Southampton 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
It's now half-time at the Riverside. Mike Minor.
Yeah, Middlesbrough 2, Birmingham City 1. Captain Dale Spry header had the hosts in front. Damari Gray pounced on a loose ball from a corner to make it 1-1. Then Aidan Morris's deflected shot has the hosts in front. But it's not all good news. Both sides have lost players in the first half. Big worry for Birmingham is that Paik has a suspected dislocated shoulder. He picked that up early on. Middlesbrough 2, Birmingham City 1.
There's some other half-times for you in the Championship. Swansea 0, Ipswich Town 1, West Bromwich Albion 0, Oxford United 0. Let's check in on Norwich Leicester. In fact, the half-time whistle's just gone. Mark Webber.
Yeah, it's 0-0. It's easy to see why these two teams are struggling for wins. Plenty of energy from both sides, but the chances that fell were way off the mark. For Norwich, Josh Sargent's shot intercepted by the leg of Caleb Okoli to push it over. Jovan Makama's shot pushed inches wide of the back post. For Leicester, Jordan Ayew just over in the area. Patson Daka heading wide 6 yards out. And Leicester have lost Ben Ben Nelson stretch it off after rolling his ankle. Norwich City 0, Leicester City 0.
Reminder of the full times from earlier in the Championship. Blackburn 1, Derby 2, Hull 3, Portsmouth 2 and Millwall 1, Preston 1. Into League 1, Stockport, Luton has reached half-time. Betty Glover.
League 1 leaders Stockport are behind at the break, and they'll be thinking, how on earth did this happen? Well, I'll tell you, 2 goals in 4 minutes for Luton. But the thing is, Stockport had been looking so threatening, so many chances, but they just didn't take them, and Luton did. Jake Richards getting onto the end of a corner at the far post, his first goal for the club before Bramall scored from a beautiful free kick. Luton on track for 4 straight wins, Steve. Stockport 0, Luton 2.
What about Bradford City right up toward the top of the table? They trail at half-time to Burton as Prem G.
Bradford City 0, Burton Albion 2. The visitors making history, looking for their first ever win here. Jake Beasley headed in from close range after a scramble saw Toby Sibbick's effort cleared off the line. Then a fast break moments later, Kyron Lofthouse with the ball across the box and Charlie Webster sliding in left side to steer home. Bradford did have their moments. Josh Neufville came closest for them, but work to do to preserve this good record here at the University of Bradford Stadium. Bradford City 0, Burton Albion 2.
Bradford dropping to third, Cardiff City going up to second as it stands half-time in their game at Blackpool. Adam Cottier.
It's goalless here. Cardiff have done everything they can. They are largely dominant, aggressive with their approach. They've had several chances. Some brilliant saves from Bailey Peacock-Farrell in the Blackpool goal have kept them out. But one issue for Cardiff was when Tom Bloxham struck a long-range shot against the base of the post. Blackpool 0, Cardiff 0.
Other half-times for you then. Bolton lead Port Vale by 2-0. It's Doncaster 1, Barnsley 1, Wigan are 1-0 up at Exeter City. Lee Grant's Huddersfield, they lead Plymouth by 1-0 at the break. Peterborough 3, AFC Wimbledon 0, 2 goals for Harry Leonard for Peterborough in that one, and it's Rotherham United 2, Lincoln 0 at half-time. Into League 2, Newport County against the leaders Walsall. Molly Stevens.
Just the 5 goals in the first half. The league's bottom club took the lead in tremendous fashion. Kai Whitmore let a shot fly from the edge of the box which sailed into the top corner. The league leaders responded instantly through their top scorer Daniel Kanu. He had another attempt saved and Ryan Finnegan unmarked tucked away the rebound. Finnegan hadn't scored for Walsall until today. Then he struck again for their third and it looked like it was all over for Newport, but Gerard Garner said game on and made it Newport County 2, Walsall 3.
It's half-time in the game between Salford and Cambridge United. Ben Croucher.
Send some goals my way, Molly. Goalless at the break. Bit of a snooze fest this one, sadly. My notepad is bare. Mid-table Cambridge playing the better football. Salford with the best chances. Kelly Namai sending a lob wide, then firing a close-range effort past the post too when he should have at least hit the target. Salford slipping to 4th as it stands. It's Salford 0, Cambridge 0.
Our other feature game is Swindon versus Tranmere in League 2. Laura Kenyon.
Half-time, Swindon 0, Tranmere 0. Swindon looking to return to the top of the table but lacking quality at the county ground. Darren Oldacre with a long-range free kick on the stroke of half-time, the only save they forced without their top scorer due to suspension, and it's showing. Swindon manager Ian Holloway, I'm sure his half-time team talk will be far more interesting than the football we've watched so far. Swindon 0, Tranmere 0.
Half-time, Barrow 1, Grimsby Town 2. So as it stands, Grimsby going above Swindon into second in the table. Barnet 2, MK Dons 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Gillingham 0. Crawley lead Fleetwood, who've had a man sent off 1-0 at half-time. It's Chesterfield 1, Accrington 2. And Harrogate, who are on a rotten run at the minute, trail again, this time at half-time to Oldham. In the Scottish Premiership half-time, it's Falkirk 1, Livingston 0. Brian Graham with the penalty for Falkirk. St Mirren Hibs is a 5:45 kick-off. In the National League, it finished Aldershot 2, Forest Green 3. These are the latest scores. Boreham Wood going top of the table as it stands because they lead by 1-0 in their game at Brackley Town. Elsewhere, Boston United 0, second place Rochdale 1, Eastleigh 2, York City 1. FC Halifax and Hartlepool, that's 0-0 at half-time, as is Gateshead versus Solihull Moors. Morecambe leads Sutton by 1-0. It's Scunthorpe 1, Yeovil 0. Woking lead by 1-0 at Tamworth. Altrincham currently level at Truro 0-0. Wealdstone 0, Braintree 0. Scott Scottish Championship, half-time Dunfermline 1, St Johnstone 1. St Johnstone the leaders in that league. Morton 1, Arbroath 0. Queen's Park 1, Wraith 1. And Ross County 2, 1. Scottish League 1 next. Hamilton are 2-0 up at half-time against Peterhead. It's Inverness 1, Cove Rangers 0. Inverness the league leaders, going 3 points clear at the moment. Montrose trail at half-time 1-0 to Alloa. It's Queen of the South 2, East 5-0. And Kelty Hearts are leading by a goal to nil. Only 2 wins all season for them, but they're 1-0 up at third place Stenhouse Muir. Scottish League 2, the leaders are Spartans, but they are trailing 1-0 at half-time to Forfar. Other scores: Edinburgh City 1, Elgin 0. East Kilbride 1, Stirling 0. Dumbarton 1, Annan 0. And Clyde 0, Stranraer 0. What about Scotland's rugby team in the autumn internationals against New Zealand? Ailey Barber.
New Zealand have added a final flourish to a first half that has been, apart from New Zealand's clinical edge, fairly evenly matched. They started the half with a try through Cam Roigard very early on, New Zealand, and Barrett added the conversion for that. But from then on, Scotland put on an unbelievable defensive display for around 10 minutes, camped on their 5 metre line, and then they started to get the ball in hand. They started to get forward. Twice they've been across the try line, once through Darcy Graham and once through Rory Hutchinson. Both were held up by New Zealand, and then right before the end, New Zealand down to 14, a yellow card for Carter, but then the final try that had put a real gloss on this first half performance. Jordan putting the finishing touch on a great break by the man named after William Wallace Satiti. He found the gap, he fed Jordan, he went over for his 44th try in an All Blacks jersey. And it's a half-time team talk that I think Gregor Townsend will feel is a little bit different to what he's seen out on the pitch. It's been a solid Scotland performance. They haven't had the clinical edge. New Zealand have, and at the half-time break it is Scotland 0, New Zealand 17.
There's commentary of that on Sports Extra 3. What about that final Rugby League Ashes Test? England-Australia, of course. Sharon Shortle.
Still no change from the half-time score. England 8, Australia 12. It's been an intense and fiery at times second half. England have really come out well, but Australia still looking to push and take any chance they can get. But still, neither try line has been breached. It's England 8, Australia 12, and we've got 20 minutes remaining.
You're up to date with all of the live sport. Lisa McCormick has the news.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thanks, Steve. It's thought there's going to be a shake-up of the immigration system modelled on the Danish system, which is one of the toughest in Europe. The Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, has tasked officials with studying the country's border control and asylum practices. The Home Office says almost 650 people crossed the English Channel in 9 boats yesterday after a fortnight of bad weather. 38,000 migrants have made the crossing so far this year. Police say a woman in her 30s is in a critical condition after being stabbed in the neck in an unprovoked attack in Birmingham city centre last night. A man in his 20s has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. And the TV presenter Quentin Wilson has died aged 68. The former Top Gear host had been suffering from lung cancer.
Welcome back to the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Blue sky overhead. We're in Liverpool for Everton versus Fulham. It's Everton 1, Fulham 0 at half-time. Here are some of the very few highlights of the first half. And we get ready for kick-off. It will be Everton to get us underway. Players ahead of him, including Njai, is going to cut in, cross in, and Barry heads over. Great move, great cross. And Barry swings off the crossbar in frustration. It's very 0-0, this game at the minute. Gay, who puts it in low, and a chance and a goal and an offside flag. It was Barry who put it in the back of the net, can't believe it. Garner dinks it back in. Keane with the header, good save, goal! James Tarkowski flags up again. Flag is up. Offside. They'll have a look at this. It's a great finish, flying volley from Tarkowski, but it went up straight away on the far side. Yeah. Cross deep into the penalty area. Header on goal, hits the crossbar. Oh, surely they're going to score, and they do! And it's Idrissa Gana Gueye with a rare goal for Everton in his 200th appearance. Right-footed. He was there to stab home from close range, and in a terrible first half, in stoppage time, Everton have the lead. Everton 1, Fulham 0. Highlights of the first half. Sounded a bit more exciting than it actually was there. The first half. Some of the statistics for you then of that first half. There was a long old a long old amount of stoppage time. We had about 8 minutes, something like that, of stoppage time at the end of the first half. So that's why we're a little late coming back out, 4:05. So 56% possession to Everton, 44 for Fulham. XG of 1.02 for Everton, 0.34 for Fulham. They had 5 shots and 2 of them were on target. Didn't really test Jordan Pickford properly. 1 big chance missed for Everton, none for Fulham, and 8 shots for Everton, 3 of which were blocked, 2 off target, 3 on target. Total shots for Fulham 5, and shots off target 1 for Fulham and 2 on target, and a couple blocks. And we're expecting great things in the second half, aren't we? Danny Gabidon, who's alongside me, it's got to be better than that. Fulham have got to have a response as they come out for the second half.
They certainly do, and no 2 halves tend to be the same, do they? So obviously with Fulham being a goal behind, I'm sure Marco Silva will have made a few tactical adjustments. He'll want to see a lot more from his team. More so the intensity and the tempo, it's been so slow from them. They've lost a lot of duels in that kind of midfield area when they've kind of got into decent positions around Everton's 18-yard box. The end product, the quality's kind of been poor, so he'll want to see a big improvement from his team, and David Moyes and Everton will have to be aware of that. They'll have to be aware of the start from Fulham, and the next kind of 10-15 minutes for Everton are going to be really important as well. But I think David Moyes will want to see his team really go on now and get a second or a third goal, because I think they were the better of the 2 teams in that first half. They looked more threatening, created more chances, but they shouldn't want to sit on the 1-0 lead, and now really step it up another gear and go on and get a second or a third goal and make this a lot more comfortable.
Everton's players take to the pitch. They're up to 12th as it stands. Fulham 15th in the table, which is where they started the day. Just having a look for any half-time changes. I wouldn't be surprised if Lukic comes off at half-time and Josh King comes on. That would be my prediction, after he could have easily been sent off for 2 yellow cards, Lukic, and that is what's happened at half-time. So straight, like for like, Josh King, who started the last half dozen games anyway for Fulham, like for like replacement in the centre midfield. As soon as he almost got booked, I thought he's going to get hooked.
Yeah, he's that type of player, Lukic, as well. He's aggressive. Brought back in maybe to bring a bit of more defensive solidity kind of away from home. A little bit surprised not to see Josh King start. I think he's been progressing really well, so you probably expect him to kind of go into that number 10 position. Maybe Alex Iwobi will kind of drop a little bit deeper, what we saw in the previous game against Wolves, and maybe that might just give them a little bit more kind of creativity and attacking impetus, really, because we haven't seen a lot from Fulham up to this point.
Southampton have gone 3-1 up at home to Sheffield Wednesday. Adam Armstrong has got a goal just after the break, and Blackpool are ahead against Cardiff. Sorry, Danny. Ashley Fletcher has scored for Blackpool.
Can we just miss out the results of all my old clubs, please, John?
No, it's not going well, is it? Chesterfield 2, Accrington 2 as well. We can't do that, you know that, with the BBC. We have to give out all the scores as they come in. Can't edit them out. Right. Some of the fans making their way back to their seats here with their cups of gravy. The only time when you're compelled to drink gravy is at a football match. And some of the fans who feel like they're in the wrong section in front of us, they'll be back soon. After a couple at half-time, I would have thought, as Anderson gathers the kick-off for Fulham and kicks long from right to left downfield, and the offside flag's up, and it'll be a free kick to Fulham about 10 yards inside their own half. And Iwobi, they've taken it quickly, and here's Bassi. What do you think Marco Silva might have said to them at half-time, Danny?
Well, they've got to be better in possession for starters. More combative in that midfield area, not winning enough kind of second balls. Got to get the wide players in the game more. Haven't seen much of Harry Wilson. Jimenez has had limited service. Kevin, a couple of occasions, has got into good areas and with decent delivery into the box, but they've just not been able to kind of get their attacking players into the game, because the build-up hasn't been good enough from the players behind them. So you want to see a bit more in that midfield area, moving the ball a little bit quicker.
Well, they're moving it quicker down the right-hand side now, and they're in possession going forward. This is a good move from Fulham. Low cross, beaten away by Pickford. Back to Iwobi. Kevin on the left hand side, knows he's offside, so ignores the ball. You don't see that very often. And Garner will play it back to Pickford, and Fulham will have a throw midway inside their own the Everton half. It's not a bad idea that from Kevin, just to ignore the ball. Swansea 1, Ipswich 1. Chesterfield 2, Accrington 2. All latest scores coming into you as we will update you right through the second half on what's happening here and elsewhere, as Iwobi plays a crossfield ball, but it's intercepted, and Bassey picks up possession for Fulham, rolls it back to Bernd Leno, back to Bassey again, left hand side, puts the afterburners on and gets away from Barry, cleared long, some space in midfield for Josh King, moving the ball forward. Here's Harry Wilson into the penalty area, onto his left foot, deflected, looping on top of the net. Ripples, corner for Fulham on the far side.
Yeah, immediate impact, the substitute Josh King. And just before that, Passenger played there, he kind of got in down inside the 18-yard box, so taking a quick one here, John.
In comes the cross from the right-hand side for Fulham. Away towards Kevin, and now Sessegnon, midway inside the Everton half. Thought about going back to his goalkeeper, Iwobi. Right back on the halfway line now. Here's Sessegnon, he does go back to Bernd Leno.
Yeah, straight into the game, Josh King, looking to get the ball into him. Got inside the 18-yard box, low ball across the 6-yard box, which Pickford had to save, and again there, another really good action. And Harry Wilson cutting inside off that right-hand side across the 18-yard box. It was really good for Mikalenko, because he knows he wants to cut inside on that left foot, and didn't allow it, kind of tracked the run, got close enough, got something on the shot. Much better start from Fulham. It's all kind of revolving around the substitute Josh King. He's just added a bit of intensity to their attacks.
Everton 1, Fulham 0. Second half at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and we've got another little delay. It's been so stop-start this game. We had about, as I said, 8 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. I can't even see what this is for. Kevin's having a chat with one of his coaches.
Yeah. Where's the referee gone, John?
That's a good question.
Maybe he's got some faulty equipment or something and he's changing, but I can't see the referee at this moment in time.
It's just what this game needed. Some faulty equipment and another pause. Yeah, he's back out. Gets booed, obviously, he's the ref. Standard. There's a replay. It was actually Tarkovsky's header, wasn't it, against the bar? I thought it was Keane.
Yeah.
And then it's swept in by Gay after Irabunum. Probably should have scored, but kind of got his feet in a tangle. Right, the referee's back out there, and we are back underway, and Fulham are in possession. And they've got it with Bernd Leno in his own D. The build-up, as Danny said earlier, it's been very, very slow. The passing, and there's a dinked ball forward looking for King, intercepted by Everton, and now Grealish has got the ball on the left-hand side, and he slows it down, chops the ball back for Keenan Dewsbury Hall, and then it's kicked against the legs of the defender, and it's a throw-in for Everton midway inside their own half.
And I have to say Everton have done kind of a good job of pressing as well. They've been more aggressive than Fulham with their pressing. They're looking to press higher, and that has contributed to Fulham being kind of not good enough on the ball. Something I'd like to see Fulham do a bit more second half off the ball, being a bit more aggressive with their pressure, pressing a bit higher up the pitch, and winning the ball back in better areas of the pitch for their forward players to do some damage.
Dewsbury Hall commits a foul when he's got possession by the corner flag inside the Fulham half, and it'll be a Fulham free kick. Exeter have equalised against Wigan, it's 1-1. Gillingham have taken the lead against Bristol Rovers, and Ipswich have gone 2-1 up at Swansea. Oxford took the lead a few moments ago at West Brom, and West Brom have equalised. It's 1-1. And Walsall are now 4-2 up at Newport. Throw in for Everton on the left-hand side. Down the line it goes for Barry. And Fulham have possession with Bassey, edge of his own penalty area. Back to Leno, and there is some pressure from Grealish, and now the press from Njai, and Njai hurries up Sessegnon, gets a toe on it, and it's a throw into Fulham. It's the first time we've seen a proper press in the game, really.
And it's been more from Everton. They've been more aggressive with that. They don't allow Fulham to kind of play out there. As I said, I'd like to see Fulham do that a little bit more. I know you expect that maybe a bit more of Everton being the home team, but Fulham are behind here now, so they need to make those adjustments. And again here, Leno there sloppy in possession, gives the ball away.
Yeah, that press has worked again from Everton, and they have a throw in. Nikolenko's got a long throw, and he's going to cross there to take it. So on the far side, 6 minutes into the second half, Everton have a throw. They pressed Fulham and pressed well, and Fulham gave the ball away through Leno, as Danny said. Long throw in it comes. Flicks off Everton head, and Anderson clears away right-footed, only as far as Nikolenko, swings it back in. Good looking cross, and Jai cushions it back in. Chance here for Dewsbury Hall, and Everton are 2-0 up. He's offside again. Third offside flag. Dewsbury Hall is still celebrating. Well, it's Everton 2, Fulham 0. Flag's gone up, so it's still 1-0, but VAR will have a look.
Dewsbury Hall can't be offside, because that ball kind of gets set back to him. So I'm thinking as that ball comes in, it's Njai on that far post who kind of sets the ball back into that area. Does he get back onside? No, he does. Who's offside there? So that ball comes into that far post, and Njai tries to nod the ball back, or tries to lay the ball back across the 6-yard box. A little ricochet comes up to Dewsbury Hall, finishes on that weaker right foot, low into the bottom corner, and it is offside somewhere. Or is it a handball? I really don't know what's going on there.
Offside, Barry
offside, but does he actually get involved?
In the first phase.
Right.
And Jai's low ball in. Same assistant, isn't it? Oh no, different assistant.
Yeah, I'm just looking at David Boyce. He's slightly confused at that one as well. But
so it's the third goal they've had ruled out for offside, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. And that one, low ball in towards Barry. Barry must have touched it. I didn't see it wind on that replay. So it does not stand. Still Everton 1, Fulham 0. Rotherham is 3-0 up against Lincoln. And Everton will play a long ball forward, looking for Jack Grealish down the left-hand side, headed away by Fulham.
And it just looked like Njai was going to wind up and hit that cross on the volley. Decided not to, and he's looking to set the ball down into an area. Can only think, as that ball drops down, it's maybe Barry that gets the touch on it, and that forces the ball out to Dewsbury Hall, who actually finished really well.
Tarkowski shepherds the ball out, with Kevin with him, does well. He's had a good game, Tarkowski.
Generally does though, doesn't he? So consistent. Always a 7.5, 8 out of 10. So important in that kind of back line for Everton. Just looking at this offside goal again. So Njai on that far post, as he sets it back across. And does that hit Barry? He is offside and just kind of sticks a leg out, but I thought it actually came with Sander Berger.
It's hard to see from that angle if it came off Barry's right leg or Sander Berger, wasn't it? Fulham in possession. Ball played to the left to Sessegnon. It was intercepted well by James Garner. Back to Pickford, who stumbles a little, edge of his 6-yard box, and then left-footed dinks the ball out for Jack Grealish. And now Idrissa Gueye, the goal scorer. 1-0 Everton. 5 Sports Extra from the BBC. Lovely touch from Barry. Second touch isn't bad either. Grealish gives it back to Barry, midway inside the Fulham half. Left-hand touchline. Dancing feet. Lovely play. Goes towards the corner flag. No one in the penalty area waiting for a cross, and he's kind of tricked himself there, Barry, and ended up going down. Did a load of step overs. I think maybe kicked himself and fell on the ground, and now he's hurt his shoulder.
I think he just ran out of steam. I've got to say, the build-up from Everton there was fantastic. Pickford again, great distribution into Grealish. They work it well in that midfield area. Barry with a lovely kind of little nutmegs on Anderson, who gets too tight, and then he gets away down that left-hand side, and he almost just, as you say, John, just ties himself in knots. He's trying to do some kind of skill there, misses the ball, ends up falling over and hurting his shoulder.
Well, he does a body swerve, and then in doing the body swerve, I think he hurt his left shoulder.
Yeah, I think
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, he kind of gets himself off balance, falls over, and just maybe lands on that left shoulder there. It's going to be okay, but
he's getting some treatment off the pitch at the moment.
We saw a little bit of the best and the worst from him there.
It was a bit embarrassing in the end, that little bit there, wasn't it, for him?
Lovely little megs.
Really nice megs.
Initially, and then tied himself in knots.
11 minutes of the second half gone, 5 Sports Extra. Voice of Danny Gabidon. And I'm John Akers bringing you the commentary, and Fulham are in possession. Bernd Leno. And now Anderson dribbling it out of his 18-yard box. Josh King screaming for it in central midfield. Anderson's played a long, raking Hollywood ball. Left-hand side, it's with Kevin. Kevin, nice feet into the penalty area for Fulham here. Low ball in. Everton get a foot to it, and then Everton player goes down. It is a free kick. Garner fouled. Free kick for Everton inside their own penalty area. It's a good play from Kevin.
Yeah, it was. He skips inside Garner. Anderson with one of those kind of trademark crossfield balls, right to left, and Garner there just kind of dives in, skips around him, dangerous ball into that kind of 6-yard box area. It's well defended by Everton in the end, and Garner there as that ball loops up. Very clever, kind of winning the foul. Little nudge in the back from Kevin, and he's very quick to kind of go over and get the free kick.
Harry Wilson is going off. And Chukwu Weze is coming on for Fulham. And so is Rodrigo Muniz, who's on for Raul Jimenez. Fulham in possession, 1-0 Everton. It's all the way back with Bernd Leno, the goalkeeper. Floodlights taking full effect. We've had a lovely sky above the stadium as the lights draw in. Free kick for Fulham, 10 yards inside their own half on the right hand side. Everton fans on the far side didn't like that. Free kick for Fulham, 1-0. They're in possession, and Everton have just sat off just a little bit here, and Fulham are enjoying some possession with Anderson, centre of the pitch, midway inside his own half, the centre-back. Anderson again, chip forward down the right by Iwobi. Good chest off, chance maybe here for King, running through the middle, and now maybe Muniz. Good save by Pickford, low down to his right hand side, and now a header on goal again, and a sharp save from Jordan Pickford, and it's still 1-0, goal kick Everton.
Best move of the match from Fulham. First time they've really kind of built from back to front and created a chance. They move it out to that right hand side. It's a long ball into the chest of Muniz, lays it off to Josh King, gets it back, and he's on a slight angle looking to fire a low shot across Jordan Pickford. He does really well, stands up and just saves with that right boot, but much better play from Fulham, and Josh King involved again, just in close proximity to Muniz. Little layoff, nice interplay between the two, creates that chance for Muniz.
It was a good effort actually, wasn't it? Good strike, good low strike.
Yeah.
And Pickford does really well to snake out his right boot, save with his feet. MK Dons have equalised at Barnet. Barnet 2, MK Dons 2, and Chesterfield have taken the lead at home to Accrington. It's 3-2. An hour gone. 5 Sports Extra. Iwobi tries to play a crossfield ball, intercepted by Everton. Fulham with a throw in midway inside the Everton half. Right hand side, and they go back. They look good for this last few minutes, Fulham. It's the best passage of play in the game, you'd have to say. Anderson, Tete, Now on the right-hand side, they're in possession. Chukwueze, and a chance here for Kevin, and he puts it over the crossbar. I don't know whether it got a deflection. It must have done, mustn't it?
Well, I think Njai just gets back and gets a foot in just before he taps that in. He makes a run in behind Njai, inside the 18-yard box, and he's just trying to... Well, his first touch is decent. Chests it down. He's just looking, Chukwueze, to just then side-foot it past Pickford, and Njai kind of gets back and just gets a foot in just in time.
Chukwueze, good effort. Corner for Fulham, swung in to the far post. First contact one, just hit the back of a Fulham player and dropped down for Jordan Pickford. And he rolls it out to James Garner, and Marco Silva's on the edge of his technical area, barking instructions, waving his arms around. Long ball forward from Everton, and they've set Barry away to chase it. Can he get hold of the ball here? He's done well to pressure Bassey, but Fulham do have possession with Iwobi, and now Bernd Leno inside his own 6-yard box. Oh, and it's come off the back of an Everton player and almost fell into the path of Keenan Dewsbury Hall. And now Fulham have possession. Really good turn and touch from Josh King, and his shirt gets pulled, and it's a free kick to Fulham, and then they're not 10 yards away from the free kick, and there's a booking as well for Irabunum.
Fulham just starting to get a bit of a grip in that kind of midfield area. They're starting to play more forward passes, getting the likes of Iwobi and Josh King in those kind of areas off the back of that Everton midfield and in front of that defensive line, and starting to cause one or two more problems. Kevin, I think it was actually, who had that chance on that far post. It was Chukwueze who cut inside and delivered into that far post area, and he just couldn't, did everything right really. He had to use his chest to try and bring the ball down, which he did. That just allowed Njai to kind of get back in and just poke the ball away at the last minute. Really important challenge there.
Iwobi inside the Everton half is challenged. Dewsbury Hall 10 yards inside his own half, is forced backwards. Garner with a step over, edge of his own penalty area. Header won by Kevin. Now Sessegnon tries to slide in. Muniz, I think it was. Fulham have got possession again with Iwobi. Now Chukwueze, King, challenge goes in. Njai picks it up for Everton and is fouled. I thought he was away there almost, Njai, but the referee, Andy Madley, gave the free kick. Huddersfield 2, Plymouth 0. Blackpool 2, Cardiff 0, sorry. Bolton 3, Port Vale 0. And Luton are 3-0 up at Stockport County. Barnsley have just taken the lead in the Yorkshire Derby at Doncaster Rovers. They lead 2-1. And you're up to date on 5 Sports Extra from the BBC, live on BBC Sounds. Here's Everton in possession. Irabuna, but he's given it away. Now is Josh King running forward with the ball. Still going. Body checked. No free kick, says Andy Madley. Not enough in it. And it dribbles through to Jordan Pickford. Danny Gabidon.
Yeah, James Tarkowski there doing a really good job, just standing firm, making it difficult. Bodies around Josh King, who wins the ball back and he's driving forward, but nowhere to go in the end. 3 bodies around him, and Tarkowski just using his physicality there. But just feel the momentum starting to kind of change a little bit here now. Fulham starting to get a bit more joy, looking a little bit more dangerous in attack, winning more balls back now in that midfield area. They've been a bit more aggressive themselves with the press, and something that Everton have to be aware of.
West Brom have taken the lead at home to Oxford United after it being a goal down. It's West Brom 2, Oxford United 1 in the Championship. Here it's 1-0 Everton, approaching the midway point in the second half, and we're going to see a change here for Everton. Just trying to see who it is getting ready to come on. Still incredible to see Seamus Coleman's name amongst the substitutes, isn't it? What a servant for Everton.
Yeah, how old is he now, Seamus? I'm not too sure, but I think I'd managed to get to 35 and that was enough for me. But
35's a good, if you get to 35 you've done well, haven't you?
Yeah, well, that's how it used to be, but you're seeing a lot of players now going well past that, but
he's 37, Seamus Coleman. He's 37 last month. So Tim Rabunen is coming off. And Merlin Rowe is coming on for Everton. Good ovation for both players. Bolton 4, Port Vale 0 now. Throw in for Everton, midway inside their own half on the left-hand side. Everton 1, Fulham 0. Fulham doing well at the minute.
Yeah, just trying to step up the pace of the game. A bit more urgency from them, so from Everton perspective, need to be aware of that. I think David Moyes is obviously made a substitution to that kind of midfield area, trying to freshen things up, and maybe this might be a period for Everton where they just have to kind of see out and make sure they're defensively solid. Fulham definitely trying to up the ante and obviously try and get back into this game.
And Fulham dispossess Everton. Roll, as his first thing he does, loses the ball, and ball forward isn't the best from Fulham, and Everton intercept. Barry goes down in a heat. Fans want a free kick. Atmosphere is much better than it was earlier. And Jai into the feet of Barry. Not the best defending there from Iwobi. Barry tries to play in, and Jai again. He's overhit the pass. And then a poor pass from Fulham. The passing's been terrible so far at times in this game from both sides. They've given the ball away so often. Mikolenko for Everton. 2 in the middle to aim for. In comes the cross. Headed away by Anderson towards the corner flag. Fulham in possession. Try and play a ball down the lines from Tete, but it's blocked. And Everton have got the ball back with Jack Grealish, who drags the ball back with his feet 3 or 4 times. His orange boots. And then walks forward, and meanwhile the play switched to the right hand side to Njai. Njai's going to go down the outside here. Njai, and he's won a corner for Everton.
It might just be a period for Everton where they just need to kind of get the ball to Grealish, and he is someone that can kind of retain possession and just kind of take the sting out of the game. Both teams kind of turning over the ball. Fulham there pressing high, winning the ball back off the substitute role in a really good position, Sander Berger, but then really poor then after that, trying to feed the ball behind that back four, and just gets it all wrong, and that allows Everton then to kind of go the other way on the counter-attack, and Fulham need to be better in those situations.
Corner for Everton, swung in, left-footed, good-looking delivery, cleared away. Gay switches it to the left. Is he going to be able to keep it in here on the far side? He does keep it in. Grealish plays it back to Gay, 25 yards from goal, urged to shoot. He's already got one. He's on his left foot. He is going to hit it. Goes wide. Sliced it, and it's a goal kick for Fulham.
Just limping after there. Gave maybe a little bit of crap, but that's the space that kind of Jack Grealish gives you. As I said, he attracts 2 or 3 players over, and then that kind of layoff back across the 18-yard box is always on, and Gay in space there, and it's on his weaker left foot, but had no other choice really. He had so much space. He was forced really to take the strike on.
Fulham playing it out from the back and almost give it away. And now they're still trying to play it out. They're getting away with it, Fulham, but only just under the Everton press. And now they have broken it. Bassi moves the ball forward. Sessegnon. And out for a throw-in to Everton on the right-hand side, which Garner's going to come across to take. 1-0 at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton in possession with Gay on the halfway line, the goal scorer. Now Mikolenko, 10 yards inside the Fulham half on the left-hand side, bringing the ball forward. Game has opened up a little bit. Keenan Dewsbury Hall. Fulham have probably edged the second half so far and been the better team. Dewsbury Hall. Grealish back to goal. left-hand side, brings the ball back to the halfway line. Everton just content just to keep it for a bit, and then Keane's going to swing a long crossfield, raking ball to Njai, and he's offside, and that sums up Everton's day. If they'd looked down the line today, Everton, they'd be 3-0 up, the game would be over.
Yeah, should never be offside there. You know, the distance of that ball is coming, and Njai's looking right across the line on his right-hand side. Great ball from Michael Keane, right to his feet, and just lazy play really. Have to keep yourself onside there.
Fulham beat Wolves 3-0 last time, but still winless away in the Premier League. All 3 of their wins have been at home, and their leading goal scorer is own goals. 3 own goals in their 3 wins. Wilson and Sessegnon have got 2 each. Leading scorer, own goals for Fulham, and that does tell a story, and they're on the press here as Everton play the ball out from the back, and they break it up towards Barry, who lays it back to Roll, and Roll brings it forward through the middle. Signed from Freiburg, his 4th appearance in the Premier League. Ball forward down the left-hand side, Everton in possession. Good play this, chopped back and not gathered by an Everton player, but they have won the recycled possession. Dewsbury Hall, left-hand side Grealish. Now it's with Keane and Gay. Barry tries to move the ball to the right. Now Njai's got it. They haven't got the ball at his feet often enough in this game so far. Maybe they can now. Tries to play a 1-2. Intercepted. Everton still have possession on the right. James Garner back inside to Gay. Now through the middle. Keane's got some space. Urged to shoot. Back for Roll. Took some time to set himself. Towing from Fulham. Doesn't go very far. Everton in possession. Urged on, looking for a 4th win of the season. Mikolenko plays it back to Tarkovsky. 17 minutes plus added time remaining, 5 Sports Extra. Everton in deep-lying possession inside their own half. This will be their 2nd win in 8. They had 5 in 6 before that, Everton. Could do with a home win after a defeat here last time. Don't want it to get in the players' heads as being somewhere that isn't a fortress like Goodison was so often. Gay, square ball, Dewsbury Hall, midway inside the Fulham half. Good football is from Everton. Good build-up play. Mikolenko out to Grealish on the left-hand side. 2 around him. Thinks about a cross. Into the feet of Gay, edge of the penalty area. Nice little 1-2. Dewsbury Hall's got some space. He's put it over the crossbar. Oh dear. I thought that's great football. This would be a brilliant goal. He had the time. He's on his right foot. He's 20 yards out. And whether it got a bobble or not, I don't know if they exist anymore. Bobbles, do they, on these pitches?
Not really, no, but
no bobble.
That was the issue, really. It's on his weaker right foot. Yes, we've already seen him hit the back of the net with his weaker right foot. That was a bit of an easier chance. This one's on the edge of the 18-yard box. He just left the central. He's looking to bend it with his right foot into that far corner. He's just leaning back on the shot. Gets it all wrong.
Adama Traore is coming on for Fulham.
Yeah, I think it's Muniz, the substitute, has actually gone off.
And Muniz must have picked up a knock, you would think.
Yeah.
He probably has had Fulham's best chance of the game when he had a low shot after he'd just come on, and it hit Pickford's right leg, and I think the announcer thought that Barry was coming off then, but it wasn't. It was Traore coming on. I'm pretty sure I heard him say Barry, but maybe I got that wrong. There is a murmur which suggests something's gone on that the fans are laughing at. West Ham are 2-1 up against Burnley, and Danny Gavidon does a little dance next to me. We'll wait to see the goal scorer. That game's over on 5 Live right now. Wilson got the first for West Ham, by the way, an equaliser after Fleming had given Burnley the lead. Here, a Fulham down the right-hand side with Adama, greased up. Now they're in possession on the right and across from Tete, and it takes a deflection. It's a corner for Fulham on that far side, and he does offer them another dimension now, Adama Traore.
He certainly does. Gets the ball out now outside. He's got nowhere really to go. He's doubled up on, but he turns out and manages to play the ball to Tete, who drives to that kind of byline, forces a corner here for his team.
Wrexham have taken the lead at home to Charlton. It's 1-0. Josh Windass has scored. Corner for Fulham taken short. Iwobi with a left foot cross, headed away by Barry in the penalty area for Everton. And then Fulham are forced back. Chesterfield 3, Accrington 3. Swindon have taken the lead at home to Tranmere. It's 1-0. Barrow 2, Grimsby 2. Grimsby were 2-0 up. Burton are 2-1 up at Bradford. They've got one back, Bradford. Norwich 1, Leicester 1 in the Championship. Peterborough 4-0 up at home to Wimbledon. Crawley 2, Fleetwood 1. Blackpool are 3-0 up at home to Cardiff now. And Ipswich are 4-1 up at Swansea. Here go Fulham down the left. It's with Kevin. Holds the ball up, doesn't go to the byline. Goes back to Berger. Fulham in possession. With Chukwueze. Now Kevin on the left for Fulham. He's running at the back line. Chukwueze, low cross, deflected. Gay picks it up on the edge of his own penalty area for Everton under no pressure. And Jai lays it down the line. Barry was on the run but intercepted. And Fulham had possession back. Could be a bit smart here, Everton, at keeping the ball.
Yeah, they're not finding it as easy to keep hold of the ball because Fulham now are really going after the game and more aggressive with their press, which is making it difficult for Everton to play out. Traore
puts it into the feet of King, low cross. Stretching is Tarkovsky, cleared away by Mikalenko, and the flag goes up. And it will be I imagine a free kick, will it? Or is the flag? No, the flag's gone up to signal a substitution. Now we are going to see Barry go off. Thierry Barry, the Frenchman. Still no goals, still no assists. He did put the ball in the back of the net, but he was offside. And I think his general play was good. And listen to that ovation for Barry. Thoughts, Danny Gabidon?
I do think there's a player in there, but I think he is a work in progress. You know, we've seen some good bits and pieces from him this afternoon. A little bit unlucky with the offside goal, but you also see bits and pieces as well that he needs to kind of work on. So I certainly think he's a talent. He's one for the future, but I think he's a bit of a slow burn. I think David Moyes, he's got a bit of work to do with him, and I do think that he's going to improve a lot and become a really good player.
Huddersfield is 3-0 up against Plymouth Argyle. Crawley 2, Fleetwood 1. Fleetwood have got one back. And here it's 1-0 for Everton, and we've got just over 11 minutes plus added time remaining in the game.
Just looks a little bit kind of off balance, doesn't he, at times? I think he's got to work on that, and he's a bit kind of unpredictable. I don't think he knows what he's going to do at times, but you can't really fault his kind of effort and his work rate, and he's got a lot to kind of brush up on. But
Beto is on, and he's in possession for Barry on the right hand side, running away from Bassi. Bassi does well to keep up with him. Goes back to Roll, hits it against the legs of the defender. Does it come back off Roll? No, it doesn't. And it's a corner for Everton, and Beto throws his arms up into the air to try and get this stadium behind them for this last 10 minutes coming up.
Yeah, I think the fans would like to see a second goal just to make this a little bit more comfortable. Fulham have tried to push, but without really creating too much themselves. The end product for them has been really poor, but I think the fans would feel a lot more safe, a lot more settled if they're able to kind of get a second here, Everton.
In comes the corner for Everton. Flicked header, goal! And this time, Michael Keane finds the back of the net. He hit the bar earlier, and Everton could be on the way to all 3 points against Fulham, who still haven't won away in the Premier League this season. Everton 2, Fulham 0.
Yeah, there's that second goal that I was talking about. It's that man Michael Keane, who's very good on attacking set pieces, wins a lot of first contacts, and that's a really important second goal. Good delivery from Dewsbury Hall, in swinging delivery into a really good area, and I have to say that's a really good header because he's got a lot of bodies around him. Michael Keane darts to that near post area, and ball. I'm not sure if it actually comes off his shoulder. Combination of maybe head and shoulder, and just loops over Leno into that far corner. He won't care. Leno just diving. It's almost like he gets up a bit too early, Leno. It just loops over the top of that right hand. Big goal for Everton. Breathing space. It's given.
I think the boos were for a VAR check, which flashed up on the screen, and then a cheer as it was soon cleared. So goal stands 2-0, Everton lead. It did come plumb off Michael Keane's shoulder, because sometimes they fly in.
Yeah, gets a little bit of luck, but he makes a good run across that near post area. He's up above Iwobi. He's Chukwueze behind him. I think it comes off his head, and I think VAR maybe is checking if it maybe just comes off the arm after that. But yes, it's off the shoulder, clean off the shoulder, and just loops over the top of Bernd Leno.
Fulham would have been enjoying a good passage of play, just fallen asleep a bit from a set piece. They've got 8 minutes plus added time to try and find a way back in, Fulham.
Yeah, well, 5 minutes before that Everton goal, Fulham had a corner themselves over on that far side, and for some reason they elected to play the ball short. You look at Tottenham that came here, the previous home game, and the amount of trouble they caused Everton from set pieces. I think maybe the 3 goals they scored were from set pieces. Everton really struggled to cope with that, and for some reason Fulham 1-0 down in the game want to play a short corner. Makes no sense to me. Everton there, straight delivery into the box, into a good area from Dewsbury Hall, and Michael Keane with a good run makes it 2-0.
Well, they can generate a good noise in here, can't they, when things are going well. Here are Fulham with Josh King running forward. Good run, held on to it too long, and then I think committed a foul, and Everton have got possession. And Njai brings the ball away towards the halfway line. On the overlap, he's got a man forward with him, and he's found him with his left foot. It's Roll. Njai checks, receives the ball back, got 2 players on him, man on is the shout. Dewsbury Hall, who provided the assist for that Keane header with the corner with his left foot. He's had a good game, Dewsbury Hall, he's my man of the match.
Yeah, 9-2. All facets of the game. Defensively he's been good. Those runs off the ball, picking the ball up in those pockets of space and looking to make things happen. Delivery from set pieces. Been a good all-round performance from him.
Everton give the ball away, and Sessegnon comes running through the middle, gives it Traore. There's a 1-2. Kevin tries to find a way through with a low ball. He's got the ball back here, left-hand side, just standing on the ball inside the penalty area. Gets it back to Berger. Berger thinks about striking it. Adama Traore's going to hit it. Deflected, save Pickford. Sharp save, because that changed direction a little bit on the way through to Jordan Pickford. And it's out for a throw into Fulham on halfway.
Just not been enough end product like that from Fulham. Good strike from Troy on the angle. Good save from Pickford, because he does deflect. I think it's Grealish that's desperately trying to slide in. Nicks off him, and he has to react quickly. Good save.
Kevin up against Njai, and Njai wins a challenge and then is fouled. That'll be a free kick to Everton in their right back position. 6 minutes plus added time remaining. Huddersfield 3-1 now against Plymouth in League One. Plymouth have got one back. Tolai has scored there. Coventry are 1-0 up at Stoke City. A goal 4 minutes before the end of normal time. Massive at the top of the Championship. Top versus second. And West Ham are now 3-1 up against Burnley in the Premier League in our game, which is over on 5 Live. Njai, 5 yards inside the Fulham half. Lovely little ball to Garner. Low ball towards Beto, and an interception from Anderson. He had to do it as well. There was a moment when it looked like he might have slid it into his own goal from about 15 yards out, but he went wide of the post, and it's a corner for Everton.
Well, he's happy he didn't. He was just trying to get something on that. Ball slid in behind him. Beto's lurking behind him. He knows he has to get something on it, and it could have gone anywhere. Thankful for him. Just evades that near post.
Kyle Walker got booked for Burnley, and a minute later Kyle Walker-Peters has scored for West Ham United to make it 3-1 at the London Stadium. In comes a corner from Dewsbury Hall again into a good area. It's very good delivery. Headed away by Fulham. Dewsbury Hall's got a chance to cross. Ball to him was under hit by Njai. He's not had his best game, Njai, as Dewsbury Hall is... No, he's not. It's the other way. It's going to be a Fulham substitution. Kevin is going to come on. And we're going to see Emil Smith-Rowe come on. And Everton are making a change as well. And they're going to bring on Jake O'Brien. And I'm not sure who they're going to take off. Garner for Everton, leading 2-0, 5 Sports Extra. 4 minutes to half-time, and Njai. And now Garner again, and Njai right-hand side, just keeping it between them at the moment. And Njai dancing feet, looked like he was fouled, but keeps his feet and keeps possession for Everton. Lovely turn from Gay, scorer of Everton's first goal. Lovely step over from Garner. Doesn't find the return pass, Gay to Garner, and Iwobi sprints with the ball from left to right and into the middle of the pitch, and then they've given it away, and Everton have got the ball back. Passing hasn't been good enough from Fulham, has it, Danny?
No, it's been really poor. Again, kind of goals conceded as well. Very difficult if you're not kind of keeping clean sheets. I think that's 2 clean sheets in, I think, 20 or the last 20 Premier League games now for Fulham. So particularly away from home where their form's been really poor. And if you're not scoring a lot of goals, then you have to be defensively solid. And issues kind of a little bit at both ends for Marco Silva to solve, but just in kind of general play as well. The tempo of the passing's been slow, too many giveaways, not enough end product.
And Njai, lovely run, little 1-2 on the edge of the area for Everton. Mikolenko and now Grealish on the far side. Everton 2-0 up. Grealish inside to Njai. Good football this from Everton. Garner with a low ball in towards Beto, intercepted. Dewsbury Hall going off, and Jake O'Brien coming on for Everton.
Yeah, so you'd think maybe James Garner would just kind of move from that right back position into that central midfield area, but another really good performance, gets a deserved hug from his manager David Moyes. He's been very good again. Dewsbury Hall's been an excellent signing and offers the team so much, not just in an attacking sense, but defensively works really hard for the team, and got that set piece delivery as well, that beautiful left foot that he has, and played a really important part in getting that second goal.
First thing Jake O'Brien's going to do is launch a throw in towards Tarkowski, who wins the flicked header. Gay goes down. Yeah, I think that was a free kick. It was a bit clumsy, the challenge, and it's a free kick to Everton right on the edge of the area. And unfortunately for them, the left foot of Keenan Dewsbury Hall would have been perfect here, but he's off the pitch. It's about 20 yards out. It's on the right-hand side of the penalty area. It's one that you'd expect a left footer to take.
It certainly is, but looks like Garner's going to be the man to have a go, as you say. It is more suited to kind of the left footer on this right-hand side, right of centre.
They've not used Tyler Dibbling as much as I thought they would, Everton, since he signed. I really liked him at Southampton last season, just 19 years of age.
Yeah, a talented player.
Yeah.
I think maybe David Moyes just getting him up to speed in terms of how he wants him to fit into the team. Very talented with a ball at his feet, but maybe the other side of the game, learning the defensive aspect of the game, and that he needs to kind of get up to speed with. But
Garner, free kick over the bar. Got it up, he's almost hit it too hard to get it up and down and over the wall. We're going to get 6 minutes of added time. This is going to finish at 5 o'clock. So we've got 6 minutes to the end of the first half, 6 minutes to the end of the second half. You never know, stranger things have happened. Fulham have got 6 minutes to get themselves back into it. It's just they just haven't really convinced you that they're going to get past Jordan Pickford. Muniz has had a good chance. Good save from Pickford in the second half, but
that's about it.
That's about it, yeah. Everton are in possession midway inside the Fulham half on the right hand side. O'Brien, the Irishman, goes down the right side. It's a looped cross, takes a deflection actually. Garner can't bring it down. And Adama Traore picks it up midway inside the Fulham half, plays a ball forward looking for Emil Smith-Rowe, who when he first arrived at Fulham contributed, didn't he, goals and assists, and he's on the bench and hasn't really managed to get going this season for Fulham. And he got that England call up when he was at Arsenal, didn't he, and just hasn't quite happened for him.
And he struggled a bit with injuries as well, and as you say, just not quite able to force his way into the starting 11 at the minute.
Traore shouts a handball. Referee says yes, it was handball, and it's a free kick for Everton deep in their own half. And we've got 4.5 minutes of added time remaining, and Swindon have taken the lead in the 90th minute at home to Tranmere. It's 2-1, and Peterborough 5-0 up now against Wimbledon. Yeah, the stats will tell you that they've had 4 shots on target, Fulham, but a few of them they've been comfortable for Pickford. Haven't really tested him apart from one occasion so far in the game. And 4 on target for Everton as well. They've had 51% of the ball, and they've got it now, Everton, with Gay through the middle. Beto can't quite bring it into his stride. It was sort of hit straight at him. He had to let the ball run through his legs. And Tete does well on the right for Fulham. Then Beto gets back at him, and now it's Roll. Roll is dispossessed, and it will go out for a corner for Everton. It just pinged off a Fulham shin and went out for a corner for Everton, who were 2-0 up as Leicester come from behind to lead 2-1 at Norwich.
It's really good work from Beto, because he's looking to get in behind initially. The pass isn't quite there, but he doesn't allow Tete out. Tete's desperately trying to clear that ball at the line, but a work rate from him to kind of win the ball back and keep Fulham penned in, and that's been the difference to me between the two teams. Both teams are lack quality at times, but they just wanted it a bit more. Everton played with more intensity, more aggression.
Corner for Everton from the right hand side. Can they score a third? In it comes. Header is won, but is by a Fulham player. Must come off a Fulham player. This is another corner for Everton on the right hand side. Cardiff have got one back against Blackpool. It's Blackpool 3, Cardiff 1 in League 1. Still, well, actually Burnley have got one back against West Ham. West Ham 3, Burnley 2. 6 minutes of added time there was there as well, and the goal's been scored in added time plus 7. In comes a corner for Everton again. Falls for Jack Grealish on the edge of the box, who curls one but doesn't get it right, and it goes one bounce into the chest of Bernd Leno, who sidewinder kicked long downfield but out of play, and that sums up Fulham's day really.
Yeah, I think Troy would have caught that, but not Alex Iwobi. Wrong man there, trying to get on the end of that. Not quite as accurate with his distribution, Leno, as Jordan Pickford has been this afternoon.
It's about five people singing in front of us, and they are the only people in this stand singing, and they're literally in front of our microphones. They need to be in this standing section over here, don't they? I don't know what they're doing in this bit. They've got good voices. They need to be in the singing section. It's like when they've transferred their tickets over, they've just ended up in the wrong section. Free kick for Fulham. Lip of the centre circle inside the Everton half. It was Cullen with the goal, but it's a VAR check on it at the moment for Josh Cullen's goal, which will surely be a consolation at the London Stadium. West Ham 3, Burnley 2 as it stands, but as I mentioned, a VAR check. Earlier it was Tottenham 2, Manchester United 2, and earlier in the Championship Blackburn 1, Derby 2, Hull 3, Portsmouth 2, Millwall 1, Preston 1, and Fulham are in possession with Iwobi, who hasn't enjoyed a return to his former club. It's been a pretty miserable afternoon for those Fulham fans, I've got to say, half of whom have left from that corner. A good chunk of the Everton fans have left as well. I'd say more than a third of the Everton fans have left the ground. I don't know what it's like getting away from here, Danny. It's our first visit.
Well, they obviously know better than us. I'm soon to find out. Well, we're both soon to find out. But
I was considering a scooter to the train station.
You know what? I seen a few people flying around on those scooters actually last night and this morning. So maybe that is the way forward.
Still in the Championship, Coventry leading at Stoke City. And the big game there, it's finished Ipswich. Swansea 1, Ipswich 4, and it's finished here as well. David Moyes keeps up his terrific record against Fulham, his 20th win in the Premier League against Fulham in 33 matches. Idrissa Gana Gueye with the first goal for Everton, bundling in for his second Premier League goal of the season. Another away defeat for Fulham, the second for Everton. Scored by Michael Keane's shoulder, and it wasn't a classic, but it's an important win for Everton. Danny Gavidon.
Yeah, it certainly was, and you look at the run that Everton have been on, kind of coming into this game, it was a big game for them, big game for both teams, and Everton thoroughly deserved the victory without kind of being at their best, did more than enough to kind of win the game. Fulham really disappointing. You can see why their away record is as poor as it is. Offered nothing really in the game. Again, not able to kind of keep a clean sheet. Didn't create enough kind of going forward. Just didn't play with enough kind of intensity, aggression, tempo, all the things you kind of need to win a Premier League game of football. And David Moyes will know he can kind of get more from his team, but just really kind of pleased, I'm sure, to kind of get the 3 points and also a clean sheet. That's only the second clean sheet of the season for Everton, and he's asked for more goals from kind of different areas, and he got them today. Idrissa Gana Gueye popping up with a goal, and obviously Michael Keane getting that all-important second. So big 3 points for Everton, and hopefully they can build a bit of momentum off the back of this now.
And for Fulham, it's, just can't see where the goals are going to come from.
Yeah, issues at both ends for me. Don't look defensively solid enough. You're looking at their kind of build-up play, the tempo that they're playing with, not able to kind of control possession. I'm not seeing enough kind of transitions of attacking threat. The wide players probably didn't get enough ball, didn't get into the game enough, and when they did get it around the 18-yard box of Everton, that end product, the final pass kind of wasn't good enough. So problems at both ends for me. I don't think they're playing with the same aggression and intensity that we saw from Fulham last season, particularly kind of away from them. They were quite passive, just kind of sat in their shape, happy to let Everton kind of control possession and kind of come on to them, and maybe the thought was to do that and then try and hit Everton on the counter-attack, but they just never really showed that in the game. Yes, second half they made substitutions. Marco Silva, they had a little spell where they upped the tempo and put a bit of pressure on Everton, but again, no real chances created, no real end product. So you'd have to say that was a really kind of comfortable afternoon for Everton, comfortable 3 points.
Danny, a pleasure working with you again. Thank you very much for your company.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you to you for listening as well. So Fulham stay 15th, but Everton move above Newcastle, Brentford and Aston Villa into 11th in the Premier League table for now, at least. A 2-0 win at home to Fulham here, and now we'll cross ahead of the England-Fiji game, which kicks off at 20 to 6 for all the build-up with Chris Jones.